Hi everybody, it's Christine Bertram. I'm coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. It's January 4th and it's the first live of the new year. So yay, happy new year to everybody. It's an exciting time to start over fresh. It's always fun to have a new year, right? It means it's also my birthday time. If you guys didn't catch that, I had a birthday on the 1st. I definitely was not the first one of the year to be born. I was the third, I think. My mom told me I came in around 2:30, and I think I was the third one. So I did not get that $50 savings bond back that they used to give. I don't know if they still do it, but back in the day, you would get a savings bond if you're the first of the year. So definitely did not get that. But that's okay. It was a good birthday, you guys. My mom and dad had dinner for Tyler and me and a couple of my friends, and we ate and then we chatted for a while, and then I came back and cut paper. Probably from like 5 o'clock until 11 o'clock. We kitted up 1,116 cards on Tuesday, which was for the Creative Escape that's coming up in a couple weeks. So I'd like to say I didn't work on my birthday, and I think I can because it never feels like work to me. I love cutting paper. So we kitted up that many cards on Tuesday, and then today we kitted up about 400 cards. So you guys, no rest for the weary, I guess you can say. We definitely have been busy bees, back at it this week, and it's all good though. So I never did my thing in my YouTube to get that whole setting switched around. So I will see if I can't find the video while we chat here. I hope you guys had a good holiday. It went fast. Christmas was good too. On Christmas Eve, my brother and I spent about 7 hours creating the DSP samplers. I think I talked about that leading up into the Christmas break. So we got all of them made. So yay, I'll share them with you and show you what I'm talking about in case you don't know. So that was good, but we got to spend some time with family. We definitely played marbles and different games that we have, and it's always nice to take a little time away. A lot of you guys noticed I stayed off the emails. It wasn't all by my own choice. My parents didn't have internet for a week, and we were there for about over a 3-day period. So here I thought I'd be able to sneak onto the computer and get caught up or like respond to some people, because right after I did the showcase, you guys, everybody emails about which classes they'd like to take, and I'm looking for the link to see if I can get in. I didn't have internet. And I can't reply to you guys if I don't have internet. So, oh man, you guys, from like December 14th all the way till today-ish, or like maybe 3 days ago, the emails, as I can reply to people, I am. It's a lot. And so I spent, not today, but 2 days ago, not last night, but the night before, I stayed up way too late and I worked on emails. I went from 252 emails unread down to 108. So I worked diligently at them for about 6 hours, and I still have some left. And so don't worry, I'm not running out of any classes in January. So if you haven't gotten a response from me, don't worry, I'm working on it. I will be able to send your cards. With the holidays, they're kind of sketchy with people like checking in and emailing and doing classes. And so we over forecasted by a lot for like the Fun Folds class. So I know like advertising over the Christmas break, people aren't always checking their emails. And so I still have about 10 or 11 or maybe 12 left of the Fun Folds. And so usually going into a Fun Folds class, we don't have any left, but I do have some because I know that there are people in my email that I haven't replied to. So don't fear, I'm working on it yet. We'll get through to everybody. Let's see if I can find a link here to tell me where we have check out the details for the pumpkin class. Maybe this is where I can find a link. So I think here it is, live. Yay, live from the Hive. Here we are. Okay, but am I going to see comments? No, but at least I know I'm live. You guys, we're seeing comments roll through. So we have for you the catalog launch party class today. It's also called the Fun Folds class. So some people are seeing the abbreviation CLP, which means catalog launch party. Some people see FF. Basically, what I do for my catalog launch party for the mini spring and the holiday is I usually do it as a Fun Folds class and kind of like give you guys a good dose of Fun Folds. What's awesome about sale-a-bration, which started today, yay, is you get free designer series paper with a $50 purchase. And so I don't hold back on designing with designer series paper for a sale-a-bration class like this. So we're gonna go through and make 4 fun folds. So make sure you guys have your creative brains going, or if you're watching, take notes on how to put your cards together. I would have to say most people had their cards. We mailed these out last week, Friday. So a bunch of you have them and maybe you don't. They're still in the mail. I will show you guys here. I got a card here from Sarah Merchant. She's been asking me, this is all the mail I got today, you guys, so much mail. Sarah Merchant just asked me, like she's been asking like about if I've gotten her card. She said it's postmarked December 18th, you guys, December 18th from New Jersey, and it just arrived today. So the mail is still pretty backlogged, you guys. So I know that a bunch of you have sent me mail and we're waiting to get it. That was the oldest one here. That one, definitely, Sarah, if you're watching, that definitely got hosed up in the postal system. And I know that Pat Fleming, you had sent something you said back on December 14th, and I still haven't gotten that yet either. So, the mail is still a little backed up, but you guys, behind me, at some point in the near future, this is all, you guys look at this. This is all the happy mail I got. Oh man, since like sometime in the beginning of December. I have showed a small sampling of that, like maybe that much of it on previous lives, but at some point in the near future, I will be doing the year-end guessing game questions with you guys. I think they're tabulating like all the responses, and I think we're gonna do a live next week, sometime early next week, and it'll be called out year-end guessing game challenge. And I think what I'm gonna do is on the back end of that guessing game question and answer, I'm gonna showcase off all the happy mail I've gotten since last month. So yay. A lot of you sent me a lot of happy mail. So that's awesome. All right. So hi, Judy Sharp. Hi, Cindy Runtree. And there's Debbie Gass. There's Angelique. Hi, Sarah Mitchell and Sherry Martin. You guys, it's been forever since we were live here. Hi, Connie Moore. Kelly did the paper pumpkin class with you guys last week. Hi, Susan Bellamy. There's Sandy Wicklander. There's Deb Norman, Jean Turboligger. Yay. Oh, man, you guys. So many people are here. There's Sarah Merchant. Oh, thank you so much, you guys. Oh, lots of you sent me. So those are not just Christmas cards. Those are also birthday cards. There's Rosie Prouty. Yay, Rosie. Rosie, you just got something for me. I recognize your name. Yay. And I remember Los Angeles, California. I think it was a PDF tutorial, so thank you. There we go here. Angela, you're coming in the morning to do some stamping, if I understand correctly. There's Kay Weir. Yay, yeah, it's busy. You guys, there's a busy place in the Hive this past few days. Hi, Carol Alanis. There's so as soon as I catch a list here, then the screen pops around. Oh, thanks, Emily Buska. She said I deserve all the happy mail because I make you guys happy. Yay! And there's Country Girl from Nebraska. You mailed your swaps on the 26th. You hope that you get there on time. Yeah. So Deb Norman, you're watching. I got your swaps. Susan Warmly sent me an awesome little gift here. I put them in here. Susan Warmly sent some bee earrings to me, and I left the card sitting on the counter in the kitchen, and I didn't go back for it. I figured I'll share the card when I go through all my cards. Hi, Ileana. Hi, Luann. Yes, it feels like forever since I've been live with you guys. Sarah, yeah, you were telling me that you sent that, and you couldn't wait for me to get it. So I haven't opened it up, though. I will be opening that and then sharing that stuff with you guys soon. All that happy mail. So let's talk about some stuff. It has been a little while. Today's January 4th. I feel like I haven't been live with you for like 2 weeks. Ink Paper Scissors was the 21st of December. And I think that was the last time I was with you guys. Hi, Linda Rios. Hi to everybody too. I didn't call out everybody's names because it was going so fast. I usually try to do that, but so don't feel ignored if I didn't say hi to you. I say hi to everybody right now. So we have a little bit of a little list to go over. And it's all what's in my head that we can talk about really quick before we start making fun folds. Housekeeping, I guess you could say. Good housekeeping. So I'm going to drop the camera down And you guys are going to be able to see this mat. This is the glass mat that you've probably, if you've been watching or in any kind of Stampin' Up communities on Facebook or have anybody else that you watch, you can already probably know what this is about. This is the glass mat, and it comes with a silicone thing here, and it also comes with a chamois that I literally just re-wet because when it dries, it gets like a crunchy hard rag, like, and it stays stiff as a board. So it comes with a little cleaning cloth. And this is, now that we're live, I can show you the insides of catalogs. We're in sale-a-bration. Sale-a-bration has been going on for like 20 years, and even more probably. It's the best time of the year with Stampin' Up! Is because they give you free gifts with purchase. And so there are different sets of designer paper, stamp sets, embellishment, and it's so good. For the first time in a couple of years, they have embellishments and ribbon in here. So there's a watermelon set, there's Sunny Days paper, which we're gonna be using one of those tonight. The Flight and Airy we're using tonight. There's a stamp set called Cradled in Love. There's some gems here. The Stoffley Stipple got featured tonight. The Most Adored is gonna be used tonight. And then there was Pool Party Ribbon back here. The Heartfelt Hellos. You guys, we have class tomorrow at 2 p.m. I have plenty of kits left for this class as well. We used something called Heartfelt, I don't remember. It's not Heartfelt Hellos, but it matches the hexagon punch. But tomorrow at 2, in case you guys want to watch, I've got the Heartfelt Hellos. What is this? Heartfelt Hexagons. So this is the matching set called Heartfelt Hellos. This one uses Heartfelt Hexagons. This is the order-based class. We love that card right there. So there's plenty of this one left in case you still want to get signed up. I'm going to be live at 2 tomorrow going over hexagons. There's some toolbox paper, a Jungle Pale stamp set, dies, and then Softly Sophisticated with an embossing folder. Detailed Dogwood is a stamp set, and that we featured for Let's Just Stamp this month. And the cards that we have, this class isn't until the 15th, I believe, the 15th of January. I have about 15 left for this class at the moment. If you don't have that stamp or something similar for the foliage flowers, you could always use something else. So that one is featured for Let's Just Stamp. For the monthly class, we talked about the Sunny Days paper back here. There's a cherry pattern here, and that's where we pulled for the monthly class. We pulled this awesome cherry card. And then for the Most Adored back here, we pulled in these two cards, use the DSP from Most Adored. And so this makes the monthly class that's coming up, not next Thursday, you guys. We don't have class next Thursday. We are in the thick of prepping for the winter creative escape. The Dogwood set does not have die. So Crazy Cat Lady, I think that you are Cindy Bassett, maybe. If you are, I'm guessing. I don't remember Crazy Cat Lady's name off the top of my head, but Cindy Bassett somebody also just texted me and asked me if there are dies, and I'm wondering if you're the person that texted me, and I didn't have a chance to reply back to my text. There are no dies for the Detailed Dogwood set. We did fussy cut them out. And so you guys, the cards here that we made, that is my fussy cutting at its finest, right? So we definitely did fussy cut them. So it takes a little bit to go around, but so unfortunately there are no dies. Sad face about that. But that's free with a $100 order. This is free with $100, and that's free with $100. But full circle, when you get to this last page here, you have about joining, and there's a glass mat here, and with a silicone. So people have been asking me, Cheryl, you're Cheryl. Okay, yep. Perfect, yes. Okay, Cheryl. So I did call you, but you said that you didn't get my message. So I wonder where I left a message to. And you did want to sign up for Let's Just Stamp, and I will be putting your name on the list for that. So yes, okay. You guys, there's a lot of, the last time I saw your YouTube name, Cheryl, it has been a couple weeks. It takes sometimes 1 or 2 or 3 tries to remember something. Hi, Faye. Okay. So it was you who texted me, I think. So the Detailed Dogwood, you actually emailed me. I'm remembering things. So it doesn't have dies, but I got sidetracked. Okay, you guys, that doesn't happen very often, but I was talking about the glass mat and said, oh, it was, yes. So it's Cindy Bassett who asked me, she just said, when is the best time to sign up? Like, just, you're fine. No worries. The best time to sign up for me in my personal mind, if you're going to ask me, is today. Out of every day out of the year, January 4th or the first day of sale-a-bration is the best day to sign up for a few different reasons. One of them is that it's the first day that sale-a-bration launches, and so you could, in essence, take advantage of the sign-up promotion. If you signed up yesterday, you couldn't get the glass mat. The glass mat starts today, or the extra $30. Okay, so it's the first day that this promotion starts. It's the first day the promotion starts of the quarter. So like if you would have signed up on January 1st, you wouldn't be able to take advantage of this promotion. So today's like the first day of the quarter that the promotion started. And when you sign up on the first day of a quarter, your first quarter is waived. You don't need to put any orders in whatsoever. It would be the second quarter, the first full quarter that you sign up in, that you would need to do your first $300 if you want to stay active with Stampin' Up. So that would mean is if you sign up today on January 4th, you don't have to put in your first $300 order until June 30th, okay? And in essence, if you don't do it on June 30th, you actually go into pending on July 1st, and you would have to do $300 by July 31st to stay active, okay? Because they would retroactivate that $300 to the previous quarter. So literally today, if you sign up, you wouldn't have to do $300 until July 31st, which is the last day of your pending month. Okay, so like that's cool, right? You get a long time. So if you did $100 this month, you could do like $100 in May, and then you could do your other $100 in July, and then you'd be set for another 3 months. Okay, so the other thing about signing up during sale-a-bration is you get perks during sale-a-bration. Demonstrators who have people who join their team, and based off of your sales, you get product credits. And so if you sign up on the first day of sale-a-bration, you basically have the whole 2 months of sale-a-bration to start building up in case you have anybody that wants to join your team, or if you have sales, you get product credits. So there you go. Hi, Barbara Gabby. Okay, I'll have to make an account with my name. This name was for a cat channel I watch. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Perfect. So yeah, so sale-a-bration, the first day of sale-a-bration is always the best day to sign up, starting in the year, okay? So during sale-a-bration though, like if you sign up in your starter kit, people ask this all the time, you don't get the sale-a-bration items as part of your starter kit. The starter kit value is such a good deal that you can place your first order, get your discount, and then pick your sale-a-bration items. So yay, okay, so we answered that question, all right? So that's this. And then the other thing is, this is the new mini catalog. And so we are going to be, yay, working with some of these sets in the near future here. Tonight especially, we're gonna be working with some of these. I can finally show you the inside of it. So it's a really cool catalog. People ask me if I like it, what I think of it. I absolutely love it. When I first originally saw this back in November, I thought to myself, it would be really easy to make really pretty projects for you. With the stamp sets and the paper in this catalog. The last few I've struggled, I'll be honest, I have struggled a little bit to showcase everything that I like and without duplicating, and so now it's nice. So, all right, so new catalog means new designer series paper samplers, and this is the new one. It's called the 2024 Spring Sale-a-bration Sampler. It's a DSP sampler. You get a little 2x2 of every designer paper and the color swatches. You guys, I have 56 of these accounted for, and I'm planning for 72. Yes, Debbie gasped. I think I saw quickly, I haven't gone through my emails, but I think I saw a new team member and I looked and it was you. I'm so excited for you. All right, so then we got to over here, we have the sale-a-bration starts right here. So we've got the Flight and Airy. So for those that are avid crafters that like to see everything and kind of be like, well, I'm crafting with wild wheat, what designer paper is there? Then you could be like, oh, there's these two. And then we've got, this one was the add-on sampler. So if you are interested in the spring one, I have the means of, so I had 56 signed up and we're planning 72, right? So I have about, what is that, 18 left? 16 left. Oh man, I can't think right now with math. Okay, so this is available, and how it comes in a package like this. So this is for Nancy Sue Valencia. I haven't mailed it. I got back into the swing of things this week, and we're going to be shipping tomorrow. So hi, Jennifer Jones. Jeannie Parker, can you ask if you can buy the glass mat? I'll talk to you about that in a second. And then if anybody still wants the ad, oh, this is a walk in the forest. This is the holiday mini. Nancy Sue got my last one of that one. But I also have the add-on DSP sampler in case anybody's interested. These were the online exclusives that Stampin' Up! Came out with this past year in 2023. And yay. All right. So that one, I still have availability for that one. So the add-on sampler and the current spring one are both available. Okay. So the question that Jeannie Parker, who's on my team, she's a bee, asked about is, can she buy the glass mat? So the glass mat was available for demonstrators to order back in December for a short period of time. They sold so many of them that they needed to cut it off to the current demonstrator base and save the stock that they have for those that sign up starting today. And that they didn't want to run out, right, for new, especially when it's the promotion. They didn't want to run out. So they said in an email or like a weekly update that they're going to see how many they go through during sale-a-bration sign up, and then they're going to make them available while supplies last that first week of March, I think. And somebody else might know the actual date, and maybe it's Deb Norman. She looked it up, or she had heard once. I think that like the 3rd or the 5th. So be on the lookout if you are a demonstrator who didn't get it last month, that if you want it to get in, get it right away. Like I wouldn't wait because it'll go away. So, but yes, you can buy the glass mat based off availability starting in early March. So, okay, cool. I am also going to talk about the scavenger hunt. The scavenger hunt is, all the questions are written thanks to a lovely lady named Luann. She's helping me, yay, write the questions. She's actually got them written. I need to go over them and pick the questions we're going to use. And my goal, yeah, Debbie got one, yay. The goal is to have the scavenger hunt in my website by Saturday. That's my goal, okay? So then if you're checking after Saturday, it should be there. Let me show you guys. Wait. I'll show you where it is. You guys like my new yellow folder? That's where I'm going to be keeping track of all my class signups. You didn't miss it. You just, oh, Rosie got one. Good. Jeannie, you need to just stay on the lookout for the first part of March. You guys, okay. Let's back up real quick. We're doing housekeeping yet. We did class on the 21st with ink, paper, scissors. I have still about 15 of those left in case anybody's wondering. I did sell like 4 of them in the last couple weeks, which is awesome, but I still have about 14 left. The next day, if you guys remember, maybe you don't remember. You don't have to keep track of my schedule. I get it. I went and I met with Tyler's brother, my boyfriend Tyler's brother. I worked with him for 10 hours. Okay, so that was the start of my email backup. Because on Friday, from like noon until 10 o'clock, 10:30, we sat and we worked on my website. And there were 3 primary objectives, and we accomplished or are in the process of accomplishing them. One was my team page, setting that up. So there's a password, which I've already shared with my team, which is awesome. Hi, Becky Rohr. Deb Norman said that the glass mat is available March 4th. See, I was right in the middle. I said the 3rd and the 5th, and it was actually the 4th. Okay, so we worked on the team part of it. We also worked on the PDFs in the online store, and I will show this to you guys so that you are like, ooh, that looks better. And then also a members site, a members only site, meaning that I'm going to create like an inspiration. You guys, I'm going to give feedback. You guys, I'm phoning you, my friends. Do you like inspiration escape or inspiration outlet? And what does that mean? I am going to be creating a subscription service for all of my PDF tutorials. I get people who buy one here, one there, one there, one there, one there. I get people buy my tutorials. They do. And they might buy 3 or 4 of them in a month, and that might be $40. And so for my subscription, it's a $20 subscription, and you could also pay for a year. Hi, Melody Miller in cold Wisconsin here as well as Ohio. You could pay the $20 a month, or if you want to buy an annual subscription, you would save $24, which is $2 a month, but it's free for my team. So if you're on my team, the Be Happy Stampers, you are going to be given free access to all of my tutorials. And I am in the process, as I have time, loading them. I have all the ink, paper, scissors from the beginning. Some like 2.5 years ago. I have like 24 files out there already. I'm going to be putting all the suite classes since the beginning of 2020, all my monthly classes since 2020, all the Let's Just Stamp from when we started. And so at the moment, we're probably going to have about 200 to 250 tutorials in there. And once I get the first year's worth put in there, or at least the first year's worth, we're going to turn it on. And those people that want to subscribe can do that. And so that was one of the big things, that I have all this amazing creative content, and this is going to be a repository for my team to have free access to, or for somebody to subscribe to. So do you guys like inspiration outlet or inspiration escape? That was my question. Okay, so while you guys tell me your answer for that, I want to show you what we worked on. So in my website, cardsbychrisb.com, we redid the first tab to be called resources, right? So this is where you're going to go to find my overview offering. Like when you click on that, it takes you into the, oh, I don't want to download it. Then it's always going to, what an awesome, yes, Emily, right? Subscribed outlet. Okay. I think you mean inspiration outlet. Hi, Vera Anderson. So back to resources. So this is where you guys can find my overview offering. Oh, it looks like this. It's this document, you guys, that you could print and keep handy if you want. It basically is an overview of all the different kitted classes, and then the non-kitted classes, all the extra things I do, the retreats I do, and then my team stuff that I do. Then the next document is the schedule that you could print out like this, which has a few pages. So that one is the next thing here. I have a year's worth schedule. I still left the online exclusives offering from November, the spring mini catalog recipes. So you guys, if you are loving the spring catalog here, either one of these catalogs right here, if you want to know how to make something, I have the recipes here. So the 2024 escape, outlet, you guys, it's one of each. Escape. Okay. Outlet. You guys, it's all like split. It's outlet, escape, outlet, escape, outlet, escape, outlet, escape, outlet, escape. You guys, it's so funny. It's tied right now. So the recipes are all here. The color coach charts are here. The holiday catalog carryover list is here. This is where you'd go to find my used stamp sale guidelines and a swap card recipe form. Now, for those, this is also new. I added my past classes available here versus in a PDF document that if you print it and you're looking at it later, you might ask me for a class that's already gone. So this is where I plan to keep my past classes that are available. So like ink, paper, scissors, I have these 2 left. 3 card classes, I have these left. And then 4 card, 5 card classes here. And then the order-based classes. Now, the great thing about this, you guys, is if you're like, well, I don't know what this class is. What does she say? January monthly class? Like, what is that to me? All right, click on it. And it takes you to the class, and you can see the 3 cards that you would get with this class. Isn't that cool? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, so can you guys remember that? Under my website, go to resources. This is where you can always find. So I get people that are new. Hi, Pat Femling. I get people that are like, what? I don't know what past classes you have. It's always going to be updated on my website. So versus looking at a paper document and you saying to me, well, do you still have this? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I just gave that one out yesterday. You know, as soon as it's done, it would be updated on the website. So yay. Okay. So outlet. Okay. We're getting some more outlets now. Inspiration outlet. I personally, that was my first idea, was inspiration outlet. And when I told Tyler that idea, he didn't like it. He said that an outlet reminds him of something that's cheap. Like you go to the outlet mall because it's a reduced price. Where to me, an outlet is just a place that you go shopping. I don't associate it with being cheap or dirty or dingy, right? So like to me, inspiration outlet had a nice like flow to it. Okay. Yes, Debbie, isn't that so exciting? Okay. All right, so that's in the resources here. Okay, then you guys, we restructured this slightly. When you go to shop, now this is for those that buy past tutorials from me, when you go to online classes and tutorials, if you recall, it had my oldest ones first. Elliot helped me figure out how to restructure these. so that they are in the newest one to the oldest one. All right, so the last class that we had a PDF tutorial for was Masterfully Made Ink, Paper, Scissors. So when you click on it, it takes you into where you can shop to buy the tutorial. Like you can add it to your cart. All right, so that is awesome. Outlet sounds good. Inspiration Hive. Oh, okay. Mary Sykes, now we're talking. She is throwing other ideas into the sandbox. Okay, so Inspiration Hive. Okay, so, all right. And then we could do a cool little decoration with a hive and, okay, Inspiration Mall. Okay, you guys, I gotta start writing these down. So mall and hive are two other options. Okay, because you guys are like torn between escape and outlet. We're like, outlets sure are not cheap anymore. That's very true, Cindy. Will you still be able to buy individual Yes, Karen, of course. And that's exactly what we're looking at right now. This is always going to be here. So I'm going to be putting these in. So like we had Winter Meadow right before, translucent florals. So these are going to be in chronological order from newest to oldest. And you could go back all the way as far as you want. You guys, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you could find my sale-a-bration fun folds from like 2021. Sweet as a Peach. I had a Turtles and Friend class. Hey Chick. So, and when you're in the computer, you could do a search by the name of the stamp set or the suite, and it takes you right to the name. So, okay, so exciting on that. So Karen, yes, this will be updated, as will my pages. So when the members, are you guys excited about a subscription for all the content? I hope so. I like Inspiration Bee. Yes. So that'll be ready. My goal is like maybe to launch it right after the escape. It took me about an hour and a half to load all of the ink, paper, scissors classes, which was about 20. He is not wrong, but that is not how I would look at it. But now I like Hive. Okay, so you guys like Hive. I love Inspiration Hive. Inspiration Hive outlet. I like Inspiration Hive. You guys are liking the Hive. Okay. All right. That's cool. You see, this is why we talk together. All right. So after the escape, I will hopefully have that subscription ready. Yes, Angelique. Okay. So so right now, you guys, I do not put the Let's Just Stamp or the monthly class into my online PDF tutorial store. It would just make it even full, like it would triple, right? Because I do one of those. I do one of those every month as well. But if anybody ever wants to buy the Let's Just Stamp or the monthly tutorial, I always have them available that I would just email it to you and you just send me money electronically or a check, right? It's just, I don't have it set up in the system. My subscription service, I am putting all of the Let's Just Stamp. Anytime I do an online class where I write a tutorial, it will be in the subscription service where you will have that. And I'm going back to the beginning of time of when the class actually originated. So like the monthly class, I started writing tutorials for them. I'm going to be putting all that in there. So hi, Mimi. All right. So you guys like the subscription idea, especially if you're a person that buys 1 to 2 tutorials a month from me, you're going to be paying that and getting a whole like 3 years worth all for like that. So you can stay in it as long as you want. And it's a team perk then too, for if anybody's on my team, I'm going to give you a discount code that you get a year free at a time. So every year I'll be sending you a discount code that you can use if you want to subscribe for free every year. So, yay. Okay. So exciting news. Okay. So that was the start of the Christmas break, you guys, was working on that. All right. We're going to do roll call really quick. So as long as I have my book in front of me. First on my list, Karen Wetstein, Karen Woods, and then Jenna Helms, Donna Grushke, Sandy Wicklander, Sherry Everett, Shirley Malarkey, Vicki Rodriguez, Angelique McClendon, Pat Fleming, Jeannie Parker, Carolyn Ketchmark, Sherry Stewart, Cheryl Thomas, Deb Norman, Patty Taylor. Patty Taylor, this might be your very first class. You are new to me, and that is the first time I think I've said your name out loud. Leslie McMinn, Jean Jurdis, Gwen Petrashek, Barbara Rudolph, Patsy Roberts, Vera Anderson, Lynn Beasley, Deanna Stell, Jean Terwilliger. Sounds like great things coming. You are correct, Cheryl. So many good things coming. Kathy said, good idea. Love the subscription idea. Good. Hi, Feline Mays. All right. After Jean Terwilliger, we have Miss Mary Lemke, Debbie Gast, Linda Scott, Susan Bellamy, Feline Mays, Rachel Horsch, Julie Frost, Patty Wright, Christina Bernards, Brenda Cottrell, Joanne Kahn, Laura Sullivan, Doral Halfacre, Melanie Hao, Linda Hunt, Marcia Dean, Carla Lake, Susan Risch, Mary Jo Stoll, Mary Carls, Barbara Gobby, Pat Piscopio, Angela Knutson, Dee Camalato, Carmen Melendez, Michelle Brokaw, Sharon Davis, Jean Vassell, Kay, who is Carol Lee's friend, and Carol Lee Crabb, and then Phyllis Oderman. So I think I counted 11 left that I know of, but I do also know that there are probably 5 of you pending that have probably reached out to me and I have not confirmed via email that I have you on the list. So don't worry, you would get first precedence on being signed up to get this class. We did kit up 100 of these cards. 10 of them I saved out because they are my swap cards for a group that I'm in. And then I have 20 of them for in person. So we did this class last night. I had a bunch of guineas here last night, so we got to guinea it on them or test it out on them. And I had class yesterday morning. So I've already done this class twice, and then we have Saturday. I have about 8 people that are coming back Saturday morning at 10 for class. So we had about 20 in person for this. Whew, it was good. So the people that I listed later on in the list, just so you know, like Phyllis and Sharon and Carmen and Barbara and Mary Carls and Mary Jo and Susan and Carla and Marcia, and then one more, Linda Hunt. All of you gals, I know don't have your kits. They're still here. And then I also have a bunch of you like Joanne, Brenda. There's a bunch of you that I had to do a little figuring to figure out, are we mailing your kit with something else that was coming up, or if we're putting it in the escape box, like Pat Piscopio, I know we're putting yours in the escape box. So not everybody has their kits, okay? So I knew that going into tonight's class that a bunch of you probably are just watching, and then you're going to put your kits together later, and that's quite all right. You might want to do that with this class. So a big shout out to Karen Wetstein for helping do all the cutting of my designer series paper for this class. Oh, I'm so happy. She cut a lot of the little slips of paper, too, like little half-inch and 1-inch strips. You guys, I'm so excited. Jolene LaJoy, I have to practice her name. She has been graciously helping me write tutorials, and so we couldn't get together much over the holiday period to talk, but we finally got in touch with each other about 3 days ago, and she helped me write the tutorial. It was not to you as I wanted it to be last week, but it was still lit to you guys yesterday. I did email it out yesterday, so that's awesome. The die cutters, Anna and Tammy and her mom Sandy, Rhonda Ayers helped with embossing, so a big shout out to all the helpers, you guys. Mo, you know what? You paid for it. Mo, you did pay for the class yesterday or the other day, and I do know you need, and that's why I said there's about 5 people that I know are on my list, but they're not written down yet. So Mo Stites, you are here, Mo Stites. So you're on the list. I do remember you did pay for it already too. We talked. It's been hard, you guys. It is completely and utterly hard to stay on top of everything all the time. And that's why, you guys, I'm patient with you because you're so patient with me. I can't be in my emails all day long processing and registering things when we're constantly kitting up or working on other things. And so I know there's about 5 people that are in my email that need to get on the list. And so that's why I can't commit all of the kits. So Mo, you were one of those. I knew you were one of the 5. So awesome. It did get added. All right. So very cool, you guys. What else? Lots of good things coming for you guys in the near future. So I'm excited what 2024 is going to bring for us. It's going to bring a lot of fun and a lot of stamping. I am certain of that. So let me flip this down too. I know Kelly did the paper pumpkin class last week with you guys. She did, oh, look at that. Very cool. I haven't even opened this yet, but if you guys missed her paper pumpkin class, you can go back to watch it. It was last week, Thursday. I know that Diana Muldoon won. The reason I'm kind of calling this out is because there's some extra add-on things that you can get for pumpkin, the Love of Sprig dies, and then also the heart boxes. You guys, these are available in the online. I need a secretary. Yes, Donna Winter. I can't argue that with you at all. Oh, my mom. Yes, don't forget my mom, Mary Carls. You are correct. My mom Janet is the most amazing mom and helper in the world. She is my number one helper. She's here all the time helping me kit. Diane Bogenhagen also helps kit and helps design. You guys, I can't forget about those two lovely ladies. Annette Rollins been helping too, so it was really cool. You guys, I have a great help system. I do. But you are right, Donna. I don't have a secretary or administrative assistant at this point, and I probably am long overdue for that, right? So I have to figure out how I would make that transition because I am at that point. Part of me hesitates doing that because when I do that, hi Gwen Simmons, if I do that, I lose my connection and one-on-one time with you guys. When I can email you and chat back and forth, I feel like you'd rather have me do it than somebody pretending to be me or somebody that's not me. Tell me your feedback, guys. I'm interested. Like that's part of giving up that role or help, asking somebody to help me, replying to emails and signing people up for classes. I feel like part of the reason that you sign up and like doing my classes is because you like me, right? I hope. And you like communicating and corresponding with me. And if it was somebody else pretending to be me or it was somebody else, would you feel like I'm duping you? So I guess that's what I hesitate to make a transition like that. Where I do need help is definitely managing everything, right? So yes. All right. So Angela Knutson said, don't forget to do the thumbs up. All right. So you guys, are you ready for fun folds? We've talked for 45 minutes about everything else under the sun. And we haven't made cards yet. Okay. And I know that's what you guys love is to watch the cards being made and seeing the magic happen from having pieces of paper and then putting them into a card that you can share with somebody that you love or keep them forever as a sample, however you want to. Yes, so Angelique says she loves chatting back and forth with me, right? So I think I have had a thought. You like connecting with me. You like the personal contact. And you guys are patient. So that's exactly it. As long as you guys are patient with me and know that I will get to your emails and reply as soon as I can. And it might be 3 days. It might be 2 days. It might be in a minute. I guess it depends. As long as you're okay being patient with me, I will continue to try to manage everything. So, yes, okay. I did have a thought though. And just before we start making cards, I'll just get your feedback on this too, or what I've been thinking about. The thing that I thought about the most over holiday break is streamlining the sign up process. You guys like connecting with me. See? See, Carolee? You're on the same wavelength as me. So the thing that is the most overwhelming thing for me, I'll be honest with you, is when I'm getting people emailing me, texting me, calling me, Facebook messaging me, like it's coming in like from everywhere. And you guys aren't getting an instant response back. So you don't know that you got an email from me. So you asked me, did you get my email? Maybe it's 3 days later. Did you get my email? And this is perfectly normal. And I've always said, hey, if it's 2 or 3 or 4, well, not 2, but like 3 or 4 days late, you're okay to message me back. Like make sure I didn't miss it. Debbie Gass. So yes, class registration could have a separate email. So that's what I'm getting at is I'm trying to figure out a way to streamline the class registration. I have, in essence, made it as easy as possible for anybody to sign up for a class, but in the interim, it has made it the most overwhelming thing for me is to have it coming from every direction. And so I was thinking about it and I was talking to my friends about it over Christmas break because they're like, wow, like they could tell how fried and overwhelmed I was going into the holiday break. And it happens. That's part of it. I get it and I love it. So it never feels like work. And so I have a website, you guys. It's called cardsbychrisb.com. And every class that I have is created as an event on there. And my friends were trying to give me an idea of like, oh, why don't you get this app? Or why don't you get this service? Or why don't you get this and pay for this? I'm like, and I stopped and I said, wait, I'm already paying for a website. And I already create every single class in my website. It makes it a little harder on you and easier on me. But what happens when you sign up via my website, you get an instant email back from my website saying that you're confirmed, like you're signed up for these classes. And then you can rest assured I'm getting an email from my website saying that like Vera Anderson is the perfect example. Vera, if you guys can entertain me for just a moment and like let me go through this, I might get some really good feedback from somebody that can help me figure out a way to make life a little easier on me. So an automated, yes. Okay. So what about an automated response stating email received? And maybe that's something as simple as I could do as well. But I'm going to show you an example. Like so Vera Anderson is one that I always know. She always signs up through my website. Okay. So this is what, hang on, let's find it down here. So like, this is an email, like it says she gets a confirmation code that she signed up for my IPS card class online, and you could pay for it online. But what's happening is this is the perfect thing when you pay via my website, right? Okay, because she's using my website, so my website is confirming that she's reserved. Now what happens when I have 75% of you that don't pay via my website, which is perfectly fine. I give people the option to save the convenience fee of not paying via my website. Hi, Carmen Sanders. So if you don't pay through my website, you could pay me PayPal, friends and family, or good or service, completely up to you. Friends and family gets a reduced price because I don't get charged a fee, and that's always up to you what you want to do. There's Venmo, with or without payment protection. There's a reduced price without payment protection. If you trust me that I'm going to mail you your card kits, you don't need payment protection. I take Zelle, which is the reduced price, so there's not a fee charged extra. There's Cash App, which is free as well, like that you don't have to pay to use it. And then there's also Facebook Pay. So when you guys pay for things outside of the system, you generally send me an email and say, I would like all these classes, and that's perfect. So what I did, and I thought about this, I created discount codes. And I thought, well, is there a way to transition my community to help me out by reserving their classes via my website? It's a little bit more work for you because you have to go click on the class and add it to your cart, click on the class, add it to your cart, click on the class, add it to your cart. And at the end of the checkout process, I created discount codes. You could put PayPal, Zelle, Venmo, Cash App, or if there's any, or check, right? So that you would be reserving your classes through my website, and you wouldn't pay for them through the website. You would put in the discount code, and when I see it come through, I'll get an email from Squarespace. You'll get an email from Squarespace, and I will reply back to you saying, when I get a moment, I'll reply back to you saying, hey, thank you so much for your reservation or your registration for these classes. I see that you signed up for these 2 classes. I'm shipping them together, so you can send this amount. I'm doing these 2 together. You could send this amount, and you could still send me money however you normally send me money, but it would like kind of give you rest assured that I got your registration for class. So, okay. So you guys, like that's what I thought of over break. And so like in case you're wondering, how do I transition to that? Well, it would be you going to, like, let's say you want to sign up for this class on this day. You click on the class, you add it to your cart at the bottom here. You pick which class you want. It could be in person, online, or mail. You put your name in here. All right. Christine Bertram, just to show you. Bertram. And then do you want emails or not? Whatever. And then you hit add to cart. And then it takes it and puts it in your cart. And then you go to your cart. And then when you go to checkout, you would just use a discount code. So if you normally send money via PayPal, so you'd have to put in your account, like you just, I have an account, so I would put my password in. But if you have a discount code that's PayPal, and you hit apply, it says pay with PayPal, friends and family, and you are getting a discount of $18. And so you will check out and pay $0, but that will give me your class registration. Okay. And you could use Zelle, Venmo, Cash App, Facebook Pay. I put them all in here. And then you will automatically get an email from my system, because one of the other things I get all the time is, did I sign up for this class? Did I sign up for this class? I don't remember if I signed up for this class. Okay, so if you do this, you'll get an email from me, and you could always go back and check your emails, and you would be able to search to say, oh yes, I signed up for this class because I got a registration. It's like it's just like shopping online, but you can wait. So you can wait till I tell you how much to send then. So I'll get your email via Squarespace, and I'll be like, oh, she signed up for 5 classes. I'll tell her how much. Now, this is going to be for anybody who gets 1, 2, 3 classes a month that they pick and choose. I have about 10 gals that we call them the Post-it note gals at this point. We have about 10 gals that get every single class every month from me, and they are just automatically signed up. Like I sign them up for every class. You guys wouldn't need to do that because I already do that for you. Like every month I write the list and I send it to you how much, and then you just pay. Like you wouldn't have to go through the process of this because I know you're taking every class every month and it's all good. This would be for people that I want 1 class, 2 class, 3 class here, 4 class, not every class, right? So, oh, you guys, that was a lot. So I agree with Deb. It's not hard to sign up via a website, and that would simplify things for me. It sure would. Vera said, I find that way I order your classes works best for me. I am not one to worry about fees. I appreciate that. I have done it and save in a folder for, there you go. So she's got a system for her classes too. Very good, very good. It would be a lot easier. So I think what I might do is you guys are be like, okay, this is perfect. So again, like Shirley Malarkey, Sherry Everett, Sandy Wicklander, Jenna Helms, the group, Sandy Wicklander, you guys that get every single class every time, like I would still continue my Post-it notes for you because that is completely easy enough for me. So okay, you guys, on that note, can you tell I've been working on some things this last couple weeks, all right? I gotta work on drinking some water. Okay, so we have 4 fun folds. I made these as easy as possible for some amazing fun folds for you guys. So, you guys say that sounds good. Able to pay by check. Yes, okay, yes, definitely, Linda. So, what I'm gonna do, now that I know that most of you guys are like, yep, this sounds like a good idea, I'm gonna create an email for the community. If you get emails from me, you're gonna see this in an email. What I'm gonna do is say, here's what we're planning to do for the transition for signing up for classes. It's through my website. Everybody pretty much uses my website anyways. It would be adding them to your cart. I'll kind of go through that process, and then I'll list all the discount codes. Now, the discount code would apply to the entire order. So you can't do this if you want to pay for an ink, paper, scissors via my website and potentially pay for other classes outside. Like it's got to be all the classes with the discount or none of the classes with the discount. So, and Sandy loves the Post-it notes. It makes it easy, right? Yes, Judy Sharp, everybody's, whoever pays with checks, you guys can still pay with check. And so I think you guys I gotta see. Let me just, hang on, you guys, I gotta see. So hang on. We're gonna do subtotal, checkout. I gotta see. I think I already have check in here, you guys. So let's just see here. If I put here, oh, my discount codes, oh, here, let's remove. I wanna see if check is there. I'm pretty sure. That seems so hard for us to lighten your load. It should lighten my load. I think what I want most for it is that you guys get the automated correspondence saying, yes, you're signed up. And then for me, I get that email all from my Squarespace. I can check things. And then you guys can just wait for the email so I can tell you how much to send, right? So add to cart. Let's try this one more time really quick. In case you've never done it before, I do have one set up here that says class order. So if you're planning to place an order to get the class for free, that's already there. If you're planning to pay in person, I've got that discount code. Let's just check here. You guys asked about check. Let's just put in here check and see if I did it already. I think I did. Check, apply. Oh, invalid I don't have check set up. Okay. All right. So I need to create that check, the check discount code. Okay. So you guys, we're good stuff here. Good stuff. Okay. Would this be the way we register for classes we're getting free from an order too? Yes. So it's going to take a little bit because sometimes people, like Melody, let's say you want to sign up for 2 classes, one class free with an order, the other class you want to pay for. You'd have to do them under 2 separate registrations. I don't know if you just saw that I had class order. That is a discount code already. So if you want to sign up for this class with placing an order, you would just put class order, okay? and then that will make it free for you. And then, hi Hilda, and then you could, check out, it's free for you. I'd see that you want to sign up for the class. I could already denote that you're planning to place an order for it, okay? And then you could place the order whenever it's convenient for you on the Stampin' Up website. So, yay, okay. Whew. All right, so you guys, 4 fun folds. These are the 4. Whatever this is, it's kind of like a Z fold, I guess. I want to give props to some people that I cased these layouts. I do realize that this puts a little bit more back on everybody, but I feel like it will help eliminate a lot of the every which way, that feeling of everything coming at me at all different ways. And then also for those that don't remember when you sign up for things, it will help you to just go check your email. And I know that's fun to chat and talk, but I get a lot of emails that ask people, or that people are asking, did I sign up for this? Did I sign up for this? And we talk about that all the time, you guys. I tell people, get a calendar and write it down in your calendar. And so many people tell me that they've gotten a calendar because of me. So I want to give credit to Susie Stocks. This was a swap card that Susie Stocks did within the last year. I think it was early last year. So I found this card and I thought, ooh, we're going to case that. And we're going to make a rainbow, sunshine and rainbows card. So here you've got like a cloudy, rainy day. You open it up and you've got the sunshine and pretty flower on the other side. So I'm calling that the sunshine and rainbows card. And then I'm going to give credit to her sister, Deb Norman. It's probably in the same swap. Deb made this card from that Country Floral Lane from last year. And it's a card that looks like this. It's like an accordion card. So give credit to Deb Norman because I saw that card and that's how I came up with the idea for this fun fold. So you guys, I get fun folds and I put them away. I squirrel them away until it's time to need them for a card. Vonda Saia, she sent me this card in the mail last year. And when you open it up, it looks like that. So I cased her card to come up with this one. Now this one, you guys, we have 3 different color palettes. You're going to get one of the 3. You're not getting all 3. When I use such a big piece of designer series paper and I'm kitting up 100, I needed 50 sheets of this paper, and 50 divided by 3 is easier, right? So I could use 3 different patterns from the same pack, okay? So you either got this one, or that one. And that's the softly stippled paper. And the last card I cased from a Sarah Simon card. Oh, Linda Scott said, this is exactly it. Helping you lighten the load for more creativity is great. You guys, that is exactly it. It is not fun and easy to design cards at 2 and 3 in the morning when you finally got done with emails and then you're like, okay, it's time to design cards. You guys, I literally went to bed at 6 o'clock 2 mornings ago because I worked on emails from 11 p.m. until like 6 a.m. And I went to bed for 2 hours and got up and had 2 classes yesterday, and we made 30 swap cards yesterday. And so it will, yeah. Yup. And then this morning was ordering for the escape. I got to bed at 4. So I'm on fumes, you guys. I really am. And then this one, you guys, is not complaining, just stating what's going on in my world. This one is from Sarah Simon. She is an amazing crafter as well. And she did this card with the tube. And you guys, we cased that for the the mystery card night last month. And so that one is this card. So we're going to be making these 4 cards for this Fun Folds class, but I love to give credit where I get inspiration, you guys. I do not come up with a lot of stuff on my own. I case my own cards from years ago. I case Pinterest. I find layouts that I like, and then I bring in current product and bring in some awesome layouts, and that's what we like. So you guys can do this. Okay, so you guys watch for a plan from me for how we can transition the sign-up process going forward. So, okay. All right, so you guys, in your kits, you got 2 cards that you don't have to do any cutting or scoring. That's how I function. No sleep. It does stink, you guys. It does. I'm ready to just go to bed. And then after we got done kitting 400 cards today, I stained a frame that my boyfriend's helping me put some countertops in. So I stained for about an hour right before class. This one, you guys, you're going to have a little homework. I remember a while back, I asked you, can you guys handle your own cutting and scoring? And I believe it was Tammy Steckling or somebody said, yep, put some back on us. So you guys, I'm going to show you how to do the scoring and the cutting for this card. And we're going to do a little cutting for this card. So we're going to get warmed up. Okay, we're gonna do a little warm up because it's been a while since we've been live with you. And this one seems like an easy one to do because I think this is like the second time doing it. Because this was the mystery card for December. Now, no change for you. Yes, Becky said, exactly. So Becky Gandolfo just said, no, I would rather talk to you. Please, no change. I just saw your comment that popped up. Becky, I thought of you the most because I think I talked to you the most out of everybody. and I feel like I would lose my connection with people. And that's part of what I love about everybody is I love interacting and communicating with you guys. So yes. All right. So you guys, when you get a kit from me, so those that are newer to me just watching for the first time, this little slip is very important. Don't throw this away. This tells you the name of the class and the day of the class, right? Having that information, if you need to refer back to the video tutorial at any time, you can always go to my website, go find the day of the class. So let's say you had a class with me on the 9th of November, because that's the day. Oh gosh, that's a bad example. I need to go back and find this one. I gotta make a note that I need to fix that. I do go in and I put, you can watch the replay for this class on YouTube by clicking here. So you don't have to search YouTube all over the place, but 11.9 needs to be updated. So when you click on that, it takes you right into the YouTube video. So that's why it's important that you don't throw away this slip until you've got your cards made, okay? So it has the name of the class and the date. The date helps you find the YouTube video very easily. All right. Then everything comes in the kits here. Everything comes, and you will notice that I transitioned the envelopes, so they might have a different look and feel. They are actually, you guys, Stampin' Up! Envelopes. I made a New Year's resolution deal with myself that after all these years, I thought to myself, I'm going to transition to Stampin' Up! Envelopes. So you guys, they're silkier, they're smoother, they're softer. The quality is there. So they are slightly different than the envelopes that I have been using in the past. And so everything that you need for the card that we're going to assemble is inside your envelope. I highly recommend you pull out all your pieces flat and always check your envelope to make sure there's nothing in there that might get lost. And that the other thing too, keeping it on a surface that's big like this, you don't risk dropping it on the floor because everything is in here generally. I did put in the email when I published it to you guys that one of your card kits for this class has all the gems. And all the gems are actually right here tucked in to this one, this fun fold. And so that those gems fall out. So just be careful with the gems. They're all in this one. And we'll come back to that in a bit. So in this one you have a die cut label that's comes from the Wild Ferns. And then this got die cut out of here, and then that's Lost Lagoon. Your designer series paper is the free sale-a-bration paper. Hi, Mitzi Stanley. You guys, it's hard not having the comments on here because my phone is in chronological order, and the ones up here keep popping around all over the place. And so this is Flight and Airy. So that's the free paper. This is some of the free ruched ribbon. It's very soft. I love it. It's in Pool Party. This is the color Pecan Pie. This is embossed for you already with that 3D Basics embossing folder. It is one of the three. It's like the flowery one. You'll have a piece of pecan pie and a white mat. All right. So one thing that I would do before you get started is double test or check your mats here. These two pecan pieces. You want these to be the same. I will tell you, my trimmers that I use upstairs cuts about this much paper at a time. I generally don't ever use that much. I usually use this much. What happens is it slightly tapers it. So this piece right here might not be this exact. It might be, like for if you guys are measuring it, it might be off a hair, like a 1/16 or less. What you should do before you do any gluing is just measure them. Mine actually, this kit looked perfect. Somehow the papers matched perfectly. What you would want to do is whichever piece is bigger, cut off a shim of it. Like if this one is a little bit wider, just trim off a hair. Put it in your trimmer, and you want it to be matching. You want these to be the same height, okay? So what we can do for this is grab your bone folder. You want to make sure that we burnish each of the score lines. You guys, and this card might be like, we've seen this before. This is old news. Well, that's okay. It's still a fun card, and it'll be fun to see it again. And not everybody watches my mystery card nights, and so this might be the first time for some people. Would this be the way we register? See, you guys have more hands than I do. That is true. All right. So what we're going to do for this is grab our tear and tape. Not there. And not there. And we'll grab a new roll. All right. Yeah, these comments are popping in up here. Jeannie Parker, can we buy the glass mat? And we've already talked about that a long time ago. So what you want to do is grab your tear and tape, and that's going to go on this 1/2 inch panel. So this is a panel or a section to me. I'm just kind of guessing how much tear and tape goes here. And what we're going to do is put that down. Now, the harder you press on the tear and tape, the easier it is to pick off. If you don't have nails, you could always use the take your pick tool. This tool, if you get your pokey part underneath here, it kind of like pops it up and then you can easily pull it off. All right. Hi, Melanie Foy. I saw Cheryl at the same time, so I said Foyle. Melanie Foy. So Cheryl G has a new name. I love it. All right. So this is the easiest way to do this. What you're going to do is you're going to fold it so that this tear and tape is the second one from the end. So it's on the second score line folded on each side. And what you're going to do is just fold this over like this. And then you're going to fold this. So again, it's 2 of the panels and then the fold. And you flip it over. All right. And then kind of use the heat of your fingers to help the bond, the adhesive bond. So this creates the tubes and nice 90 degree angles there. So now the trick is to put the tear and tape on these 2 panels right there. And you could get by with 1 line of tear and tape, but I personally think 2 is better. So I'm going to separate these so that I can fit the 2. Now the one that is hanging over a little bit, I'm not going to worry about it. So we're going to do this like that. And then 1 here. All right, I think I'm going to grab a hair, not a hair, but a little bit right there. All right, so let this sit for a second, and we're going to grab the adhesive for this piece. Now pick which side you like better, if you like that side or that side. I like this side to have the glue, so I'm actually going to put like a whole X behind there. This patterned, very embossed piece it's like you need more adhesive to keep it to stick down good. To keep it to stick down good. Yep, exactly what I said. All right, and that just gets put down here. The other thing too, I noticed in class last night, you might need to trim, like once because this embossing folder is so, it's so textured that when you use it, it actually shrinks the paper slightly. So you might have a little bit more brown showing, and you could always trim your brown a little bit. All right, so that's glued down. And then what you're gonna do, I figured out, Paula Rice did this card during Mystery Night, and I know exactly what Paula did when she had adhered her tube a little bit too close to one edge. I had somebody do it in class last night, so I knew, like, oh, that's what Paula did. Because I remembered Paula showing us a picture of hers. So, all right, the tape is off. Now the gloves are off. What we need to do is with this here, no glue, glue here, and then no glue, glue. So this is kind of lined up where there's no glue, glue, no glue, glue. This side right here where the fold is, that needs to go right along, butted up to the edge of your bottom pecan piece, okay? And then you should be able to just gently drop this right onto your card base, the mats. Use the heat from your fingers And that should help that adhere to that embossed piece. So then when you open this up, ha ha ha, you have your tube. All right, the tuber boober. That's what's going on with this one. So if one of these pecans is tall or like higher than the other one, then you're gonna see the offset from the back then here. So that's why it was important to make those flush. Okay, that's that. Now these, we definitely have been doing a lot of the cutting of these shapes out of here. I always say, measure, put your DSP up to that. If you need to fix anything, like I just noticed this has a little bit of a fuzz there, we can cut that off. But what we can do, adhesive back there. One of these is the cut side and one is not. I guess it doesn't really make that big of a difference. Let's just go like this. This will go onto the front here, like that. And the birds. Let's talk about these birds. It's all in the birds. I gave myself with the one with the bird apparently in the middle. All right, give me 10 seconds. I'm going to show you some cards here. I had mentioned that this was my swap for a swap that I signed up for. I made all 4 of these fun folds and 10 of each. And so these are already made up. And you can see here, this is perfect. You might get a piece of bird paper where you have 2 birds. Then put your label over here. This one has a bird more on the right side. Well, then put your label over here. This poor little piece of paper had one little bird. And if you put your label on the right, you just see some tail. If you put your label on the left, you see some head. Okay? I'm like, that looked dumb. So this one is this one, and I just put the label right in the middle, and it still is pretty. All right, so again, depending on which piece you got, you're gonna have your label on the left, the right, or the center, okay? All right, because everybody's piece got kind of cut a little bit differently. So knowing that, I'm gonna end up putting my label pretty much like right there, I think. All right, but we need to do a little bit of stamping. So I used the Lost Lagoon ink pad, and the stamp set is called Wild Ferns. It looks like this. I love the words. Wishing you well today, tomorrow, and every day that follows. And then I didn't put a sentiment on the inside, I don't think. Oh, I did. I put happy birthday. The happy birthday comes from the beach day set. And I don't have, oh, I do have it right here. Oh, it's perfect. Okay. So what I've been told about the glass mat, one of the perks of using a glass mat is that you don't need to use the foam mat underneath. And so we're going to test that out and make sure that we agree with that. Hi, Carmen Melendez. Thank you. You said Happy New Year. I appreciate that. Really connects everything. Deanne Dawn, I just saw. I like the hive. Really connects everything. It does. Inspiration Hive. You are correct. Whoa, did you hear the suction cup on that? Oh, man. That was really loud. Okay. And then there's a little fern. And the fern is not nearby. I had my gals were here this afternoon, and they were, oh, that's right here. Look at this. I was going to blame them, and it was right here. So here's what I understand. You can also, instead of put, you know how I always would put scrap paper down here? What they told me, what I've been hearing is, well, just stamp right on your glass mat, and you can wipe it off. So, like, it's right here, and that's why you have the chamois, okay? You can clean it right off. Right, now it might be a little wet, so we're going to go like that. Okay, now this piece right here, this stamp that has the sentiment, stamp's kind of crooked. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure the wishing is straight with the block. And I'm not going to pay attention necessarily to the words. I'm going to try to pay attention to my block. Now, when you're first starting stamping, you might not know it, but there's like a back and a front to the die cut pieces. One's a rolled side, that's the front, and the rough side is the back. And like I noticed on here, I got a little piece that it's kind of cut, but that's the back. I'm definitely going to practice on the back here. All right, so I'm going to just thinking that it's kind of like straight. It's great because there's grid paper underneath here. It's not paper, sorry, there's a grid print. Oh man, okay, that's not bad. So So I'm going to flip it over. We're going to try again. Make sure that we can try to replicate that. Okay. We're going to go right there. Okay. Give that a minute. Not even a minute. A second. All right. So that's it for the Lost Lagoon. And you know what? I'm going to use my chamois. I think you're supposed to use the chamois for cleaning other things as well. Anytime you use a chamois, you're going to get ink on it. So I'm okay with that. Happy birthday. Let's get you cleaned up. And see what happened there. Oh, it's very nice. Okay. Good deal. All right. So in here, now we're going to slightly offset them. I do wish that, like when you were looking at my cards over here, I wish on this one, if I'm going to be putting my label on the left, I wish I would have put the pool or the lagoon on this side and maybe done the ribbon on this side. It gets squished on the left. So just think about where you're going to put your label before you adhere this down. And I'm going to put it like this, and it's going to cover my bird, and I'm going to be okay with that. And this, I'm going to put a little glue here, and then we're going to do glue here. All right, the paper is pretty. So this paper is all about the birds. Okay, so that's going to sit like that for a second, and then this, make sure you put it up the right way. So I'm going to flip it this way. That goes on the back. For those people who love doing double matting, you could always trim this a little smaller and add another mat if you like. For the birds, I'm just going to show you guys here, this bird paper. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. One moment. I wanted to show you. It's all birds. So the paper that we're working with is this one, but there's birds on each side of one of them. This brown is really cool. This green one is cool. These two, they're really nice. They're pretty. The whole paper is really pretty. And it coordinates with a lot of different colors. So it's very pretty paper. Now, the ribbon. Grab a little. Mimi's excited for the escape. Yay! Okay, you guys, I'm putting this out there. I'm planning for 120. And I had maybe a dozen people that normally do the escape, and other things have come up in their lives that they are going to do the escape. And so I am opening up the escape to my customers. So you don't have to be a demonstrator to do the escape with me. I'm looking at it that I'd rather have the kits go to happy homes, and people that are interested, like maybe you've never done an escape because it's always been only for a demonstrator. I'm opening it. So I've got this little bit left, you guys. So instead of wasting this, I'm going to put another piece of tear and tape back here, and we're going to put the other piece of that ribbon tail right back here, just to add a little bit more back here. So if anybody is interested, you're not a demonstrator, reach out to me. I'm opening it up to, I have about 15 to 20 more spots that I would love to fill. We've kitted up 100 for 120, right? So that's what we did on what was that, Tuesday? We did 1,118 or 16 cards on Tuesday. They're all kitted, ready to go. So if anybody was thinking, gosh, I'm not a demonstrator, I can't do this event with her, reach out to me. It's going to be an amazing event. There's 8 creative presentations. There'll be an online class later for the 9 make and takes for those that aren't going to be here in person. Lots of product displays, a product display for each suite. You have access to a private Facebook group that houses all the pictures and all of the links for all the videos that you're going to be watching. So that went right there. Okay, boom. And what you're going to do is grab your embellishments from this one kit. They're the brown ones that you want to use. So you guys have 9 in this kit. And so grab out the brown ones. So reach out to me privately. Like message me if you're interested. I'd love to like get you signed up. I know it does say that the registration has closed, and it really has. The official registration is closed. I needed to get those people who are swapping their numbers so they know how many swap cards to make, because those are actually due this Saturday. Definitely reach out to me if you're interested, and we'll figure out if you have any questions on what you all get for the money. The cost is $130, and it's value packed though. Like, you also get a $50 goodie bag plus a prize patrol, and the goodie bag itself is $50, and then the prize patrol is another $10 with 9 cards, a 3D project make and take, access to 8 creative presentations, access to all the inspiration, all the 8 supplies, or 8 display boards, all the swaps. So very cool. So that's it, you guys. We talked our way through this one. Penny Pulse. You did your better or your best. Oh, good reminder for the better or the best. So my team, the Be Happy Stampers, we had a team challenge to better your best this past quarter over the quarter a year ago. And I'm giving away prizes to people who are on my team who better their best. So yeah, I had 2 people who earned $50 gift certificates from me. All right, so we got one done. Was that easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Okay, good. I'll set that here so you guys can still look at that while we're working. This card kit is going to be the next one. We're going to do a little work now. The work isn't hard, so this is the one I'm going to look at because of the kit I picked. Now, there's 2 differences. Well, I should say there's a difference. This one, if you got the pool party one, you're going to make yourself an overhand knot and just put that on. For those that got the coral kit, from me, I personally made your little triple bow. I did it on Christmas Day, I think. I was sitting there making bows right before we were playing games. And so I made your little triple bow out of some baker's twine from the Lighter Than Air baker's twine. So we are going to use this as our sample to look at. So your kit here, we're going to set our gems off to the side so we don't lose them. So you have your piece of designer paper, right? So it's actually 12 inches by 5 1/4. You have your little die cut here, that's for your leaf. And then these are from the Thoughtful Expressions. And everybody's got kind of coordinating, they're super cool dies. They like layer like this, okay? And then we'll stamp a sentiment on there. You have your little baby bow. It might need to be finagled if it got kind of stuck in there, but you can rearrange it and make the bunny ears look cool again. But I made your bow. Made a double bow, actually. It looks like a double bow for everybody. And then that's for your inside, and this is where your card gets matted on, okay? All right, so let's cut our paper first to get that done and out of the way. The paper that we're using, just so you guys know, this is another sale-a-bration free paper. It's called Softly Stippled, and the patterns that I picked for you guys are that pattern. Look at this, that pattern, and that pattern. And that leaves these patterns that I think for like the Sale-a-bration Hoorah Rah class, we'll be using some of these other patterns. Okay, little bit of work that you have to do, very little. Make sure that your orientation is correct. So with these other patterns, these flowers do look like they go a certain way. Like you want the top to be facing up, right? This one too, I feel like there is a pattern to it. So it's very important here, like that to me looks like it's going up. Okay, so it's very important that you make sure that like this is the top, this is the bottom. And so if you need to like rearrange it and figure out what you like better, what we need to do is you do need a ruler and you need a pencil. And you have a score line here. So these are scored. Thank you, Karen Wetstein. She scored all of these for you. So you do have score lines at 2, 4, 8, and 10. So measurements. Mimi, I'm not sure if you're talking about this one. So yeah, so anybody who got the PDF tutorial. So you guys, one of the things that I do in class here, I don't always tell measurements of stuff. I kind of like just roll through cards. One of the perks about taking a class through me and getting the kits is that you get a PDF tutorial. So Mimi, there is all, and anybody that didn't take the class with me, you can always purchase this tutorial in my online store so that you'd have a paper copy with all of the measurements. And so I'll just repeat, I did say these, but it is 2, 4, 8, and 10. All right. So then what you want to do, I just took and bent this like this, and I kind of just put a little bit of lead right on the score line so I could see it. And I did the same thing on this one, right? You want it to be cut right up to where the score line is. And it's hard to see the score line in the trimmer. And then you have to take your handy dandy, hi Lynn Beasley, little ruler and 2 inches, all right? 2 scoops of Raisin Bran. All right, 2 and 2, and you're measuring 2 inches down from the top, okay? So this isn't a crazy fun fold, it's a fun fold. A nice, easy, fun fold. So you have a mark here, and you have a mark here, and then you have a mark here and here. All right, now you need to grab your trimmer out. And you're gonna like clip the corners of this mat, like this piece. So I'm gonna put my little guy here, my little tick mark right in the track. And I'm gonna twist this till I get it right in the track. And then I'm gonna, like, you look right, left, right, left. You wanna make sure it's back to where it needs to go. And then you're gonna cut the corner off, it's okay. All right, so we're cutting that corner off. And then you could do it right away. You could just erase, or you could do it later, but I have a tendency to forget it if I don't do it. Now we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Left, right, and then look back to make sure your other side didn't move. You're gonna shut your trimmer blade and then clip your corner. Erase your mark. And then that's it for this one. You guys, it's not crazy cutting. It was just cutting off 2 inches down from each side. Okay, so now that we have that done, I have it so that when you open it up, you see the pretty coral. If you want to do the reverse, you can do that. So this looks like this. And then this, you're gonna need to like flip it back into it. And what I wanna do is make sure my seam comes really nicely butted up together. And so I'm gonna hold it like together and then burnish it like that. Okay, so now we've got that. Then your corners get flipped upside down, and we're gonna put this one here and this one here. Okay, I did notice, me being me, I noticed like, oh, when it's folded, you see a little bit extra of this pattern here. You could always bring it back a hair like that and re-finagle it and kind of MacGyver it to where you want it to go. There's a little bit of wiggle room with it. But what we're gonna do, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do, you can do liquid glue or tear and tape. This is what I was thinking though. Tear and tape works great for this because you can put the tear and tape past the peak here, so it's kind of coming out, and then what you can do is just fold it back and then fold it back. So you don't have to worry about oozing glue out the peak here, and you've just put your adhesive all the way to the point of the corner. So that's something I will sometimes do when I have triangles like this. So here's another one where you can have it go right up to the edge, and then you just take that and you fold it back, and then if it goes over that way, you just fold it back that way. All right, and then we're gonna put that right there. We're gonna just do a couple of these waiting in the wings for the next one. All right. Then this one, I think they're interchangeable. Sometimes if you're using pattern paper, you might need to make sure you put them on this correctly, but like these both are just gonna have my lines going horizontal. So I'm gonna line this up right like that. Okay, and then this guy, these guys, we'll go something like this. Put this one like that, and that one like that. Okay. Jennifer said that she loves the escapes. Yes, the escapes are amazing. There is so much creative inspiration. So, we have creative okay, so Jay Shante is going to be presenting on a calendar. People ask for home decor, so she's making a calendar. We have somebody making a sampler. Julie Bierschrock's making a sampler. We have fun folds. We have a few different amazing fun folds that people are going to be showcasing. Gina Bulow, you guys watch her sometimes on my YouTube channel. She's got 2 presentations that she's doing. she likes to do scrapbooking a lot. So she's going to show off some scrapbooking, and then the new brayer that's in the book, she's going to be showing us how to utilize the brayer. So there. So there. All right. Now you can flip this over, and we're going to put a little glue. And that goes on to, so if you have the blue card, just know your base is going to be pool party instead of coral. Coral. And that just goes right in the middle of your coral. I got caught up on all, Laura Sullivan just said that she got caught up on all of her in December, she got caught up on all of her past classes and even her escape package. So I know Feline and Angelique too, they were talking about New Year's resolutions and getting through and making all the past classes that they had. And that's awesome. So you guys, this says Happy Mother's Day. This is from the set Stippled Roses. There's a die set that goes with it as well. Now, nobody in class wanted to use Happy Mother's Day. I don't think anybody did. People wanted to make birthday cards. They wanted to do other cards. I just want to remind people that I know that we don't all, my mother is still here, which is amazing, but you may not have your mother with you. But that doesn't mean that you don't have to make Mother's Day cards, because you have friends and you have siblings potentially, or cousins or close friends that are mothers. And so you can give Mother's Day cards to people other than your mother. Okay? Just wanted to remind you. So I did put Happy Mother's Day in my card here just to show you how pretty the font is. But I will show you what we used last night. And everybody generally used a different stamp that says, not this or this. I wonder if it's still sitting over there. It was from Heartfelt Hexagons. I might have left it over here. Set that we're going to be doing for class tomorrow it's called Heartfelt Hexagon, and there is a sending you lots of love and hugs. This is right up my alley, right? All right, so we're going to stamp that in the basic gray, not the basic gray, the gray granite. Everybody's gray granites are slightly different. This one's a little darker, and so here's the deal. We're going to stamp sending you lots of love. Be careful. Somebody called this out in class last night. If you want the peak to be going up, you want to make sure you hold this like this. You know, if you want the little Humpty Hump up, then you could put it like that. But I wouldn't put it too off cockeyed, I guess. So I'm going to put this like that, and then sending you love and hugs will go there. And then there's a big leafy one in here. And so what I'm going to do maybe this much of it. And we're going to have that coming up the side over here. Something like that. That's it for stamping for this guy. Oh, nope, I lied. Well, so sending you lots of love and hug can be for anything. And this one will be eventually a prize. But best birthday wishes is from the set, the Softly Stippled or the Stippled Roses. So best birthday wishes would be a great one for the inside. So there's that. And then you know what? The chamois thing. Well, I have no idea where I put it. Oh, I've already lost it. Okay, so we're just going to do that. Okay. All right, this can be done then, probably. Good deal. All right, so let's glue this, and we can glue this, and we'll get this one ready for gluing. All right, so then this one, it's so cool. I think it's called Thoughtful Expressions. It's the die set where these labels came from. And then this just nestles in here like this. So if you guys are wondering where the kittens are, I locked them in the house. I feel like a bad cat mom. They're in the house. I had mentioned that we are revamping the supply storage room. It was all tables, and I got some countertops. It was organized chaos. Well, I won't even say that. It was a hot mess, and we're trying to make it into organized chaos. And so Tyler built me a frame out of 2x4s and 2x2s, 2x4s and 4x4s. And I got some countertop from Menards before Christmas, and he's helping me put in 2 countertops that will go along the wall like this, so that there's more structure and stability for all that heavy paper, right? And so he built a frame for it to go on. And so I stained 2 coats the other night, and then right before class I put the clear coat on. And I don't want the cats going out there. And so they're locked in the house, unfortunately, at the moment. All right, so I don't want to risk putting any adhesive on the right side. So I know that what I can do is put 1 here, and about 1 there. And so by putting my dimensionals there, then I can just center this where I want it to go, something like that. Oh, good. Laura's on the big screen. Hi, Catherine Healy. Can't wait for the escape and to see the kittens. Yes, you're going to be here in about a week. All right. Then this one, we can Stella this. So that's the great thing about this glass mat is if you do your Stella and you get Stella on it, you can just clean it right up. All right. So that little die, I think, also comes from the Thoughtful Expressions. I should have taken good notes. I wonder... oh, here are my recipe cards. Thoughtful Expressions and Stippled Roses are what I got these from. Okay, so this guy right here is where this one, we're gonna just put a glue dot right in the middle. That's gonna go something like that. It's gotta catch right on the corner though. Can't be over too much. Otherwise it'll be hanging out the back here. And then we're going to use another glue dot. I'm going to just set it right on the middle area and grab my Bowsy. You guys, the bow makers. I show the bow maker. You guys, I make all your bows on bow makers like this, and I do sell them. In case anybody needs a bow maker, all you got to do is reach out. Let me know that you're in the market for a bow maker. Anybody who's doing the escape and wants to get a bow maker, I can add it to your escape box. No problem. They are $8 plus shipping, but if I can get it in your escape box, there's no extra shipping. Okay, then I'm just gonna go like that. Trim the tails. And then this one, now here's what's going on. Oh, you guys have to be careful because this card right here, you wanna save, I thought about this after the fact. Out of the 100 cards, 64 of them were coral, I think. 32 and 32. 34 were blue. The problem that you might have is if you get a blue one, you're going to maybe not know what to do with your embellishments. You definitely would want to save the pool party ones for this card, or you use them on this card. If you have the coral cards, no problem. You're going to use the coral with this and the pool party with this. But if you have pool party and pool party, you're going to have to figure out, do I use the coral cards on the card and just have a pop of color? Or do you save the coral gems for something else and then put something else on? Like diamonds would look really pretty on it. So I put you guys in a little predicament about that. I didn't think about that when I kitted these up, that some people will have 2 pool party cards. 2/3 of you are going to be fine because you're going to have a coral card like this. And then the ones with pool party, you're going to have to figure something out. Oh, Cheryl, you said you've never thought about giving. So yes, like my brother has kids, and so he gets a Father's Day card. Like, he's not my father, but he's still a father, right? So why not still give him a card and wish him Happy Father's Day? All right, you guys, there's our easy fun fold. Okay, it wasn't so crazy, I don't think. I'll leave that sit here while we pull out the next one. We're cruising now that we're going. All right, we're gonna do this one next. We're gonna show you how to do this. Now, this isn't that hard either. It just, I would say what the saying is, measure twice, cut once. Okay, and this features a stamp set out of the new mini called Bright Skies. Looks like this, matching dies. There's some cloud dies, there's a sun die, the flower and the little stem come from this one as well. And we're gonna be needing basic gray ink for this one and Daffodil Delight ink. Okay, so we'll move that guy away and grab your kit for this one. I'm guessing this one. Yep, blue. Okay. So I took it and I ran with it when you said that you guys could handle cutting and scoring yourself occasionally on fun folds. To do a fun fold like this, I could not have fathomed scoring and then cutting this for 100 people. I think I would have cried, honestly. I would have been like, why did I commit to this? This is so much. But for each of you to do it yourself, it's not that crazy. So we're gonna show you how to do it. And this way, if I show you how to do it, you might be inclined to do it again. In your kit, you're gonna have your yellow piece. And this is from the Sunny Days Designer Series paper. There's rainbows, there's some clouds, there's sun. We're also using the ruched ribbon again, so you're gonna have one of those. 2 little white panels here for your inside. You'll have the perennial postage label. I got die cut for that. And then you'll have a piece of white to stamp your sentiment on. You'll have a sun. You'll have a little strip of grass. Now this one you got to do a little work with your paper scissors. You're just going to make yourself a gentle rolling hill. So right now it's a rectangle, a 3/4 inch by 1 7/8. And you're just going to take your scissors, go up and go down, and you're just going to cut it so that it looks like it's rolling. All right, so that's ready to go. You'll have a little flower, and some clouds, complete with Tigger hair probably. I got that cloud. I've got that cloud. That one. That one. So you guys, I only have 2 clouds on here. You have more clouds. Like, they just were so many clouds on the page. And there's also this little stem in here, so don't lose that. All right, there's so many clouds. I wish I had a Vanna White here that could start cutting these for me, but we'll cut them in a little bit. You got more clouds than what you probably need, but I didn't need a whole bunch of these little clouds. So we dispersed them into everybody's kits. We gave you lots of clouds. For this card, you are going to need a trimmer that operates like this. All right? And you're going to need to score, and then cut. All right? So right now I have it scored for you at 4 1/4. Actually, Anna Rebidou scored it. She was my helper. She scored all these. So it's okay that it's already folded, which is fine. What we need to do is at 2 1/8 from each side, we need to score down and up. But in essence, we're going to be down in both sides. So I'm going to tell you about that. So at this side, you're going to go over to 2 1/8. So find 2 1/8 and line your paper up to it. We're not cutting, so make sure you move your dark cutter away. Now the trick is here to score down to 3 3/8. It's not a trick, it's just what you got to do. And I can't see, so you guys might get my head in here, but right there. So I find the 3 3/8 right here, and then I'm going to score up. And then I'm going to come back down just to make sure there's a good score line. Oh, I went to halfway. It's okay. 3 3/8. That's your trick though. 3 3/8. Okay? That side's done. Now, you're going to flip it 180 degrees and put it right back at 2 1/8. Half of 4 1/4 is 2 1/8. That's why we're doing 2 1/8 and 2 1/8. Now though, you need to go down to 2 1/8. Not what I just did on this side. We're going down to 2. Again, my head's gonna get in here, you guys. But 2 1/8. Okay. So right there's my 2 1/8. And then we're gonna go up and down. Get it right there. Okay? That's what we did. 2 score lines. I'll repeat it again. From this side, we did 3 3/8 down. And then from this side, we did 2 1/8 down. Okay? When you have the 2 1/8 down, now flip your paper back this way. And we're going to cut in between this score line and this score line. And so again, at 2 1/8. So all the times you're always lining this up to 2 1/8. So go back to the 2 1/8 you want to move the scoring out of the way, and you come down here to 2 1/8. Sorry, head in here again because I cannot see. So this is where my score line is, and I'm at 2 1/8, and I'm going to come down to this score line. It's 6 3/8, I believe, is the number, but I also just look for the score line. So you're going to come down here and cut. Oh man, you guys. So there's a glare, and you're going to see my head, my glasses, all that stuff right now because I can't see otherwise. So there we go. All right. If you don't quite get it far enough, you can always take your scissors and snip it a little. If you get a little too far, it's okay. You've got a little wiggle room. But ultimately, I wanted to cut in between. Okay? So now oh, that's okay. So I've got it cut. You can see here. I've cut between that score line, and that score line. Okay? All right. It's hard to redo this. Maybe if that was a little bit overwhelming or too much for people, you could always make this card different. I guess there's always that possibility. Try it. If this concerns you, take a piece of scrap paper, a piece of copy paper, and score it at 4 1/4, and then practice on your copy paper. And then once you feel comfortable doing this, then go to this cardstock. The trick now is the top goes down and the bottom comes up, right? Like this, and then this folds that way, and this one folds like this. And that's what we have. And then take your bone folder, burnish it, and then that's how we do this. Okay? Not crazy, but just enough, right? Okay, let's get our ink pad here. Basic gray is a little bit dark, so you could consider doing a second strength. There's a sentiment in here called, it says, "You brighten my cloudy days." So we're going to do that right in here. If you want to do first strength, you could do first strength, or if you want second, you can see what second looks like on the back side. So you could have it lighter, or you could have it darker. And we could now test that out to see what we like. These little panels that go on the inside here, you could also stamp sentiments or something on them if you wish. The other thing that gets stamped is the sun. Here comes the sun. Do, 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 do. I think we said that about 10 times last night. Do, 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 do. There's the sun. So the card was designed that if you don't have this stamp set, you don't need to stamp it. The sun looks just like the sun, regardless if it's stamped or not. But if you did end up getting this or plan to get it, it's photopolymer, so you can kind of hover around till you get it lined up where you think it's right, and then go for it. Go for the gold, go for the glory. All right, like that. Okay, not so bad. It adds to it, like a little bit of stamping. If you don't have the stamp, you could also take a sponge and like sponge the edges of it to give it like a little bit of depth with a little bit of darker yellow around the edges. All right, so there's that. I think we got all of our stamping done. Okay, what I would do first, this guy right here, I'm gonna glue my grass down first, and it's a little glue here. And let's see here, that goes along the bottom. And I think I intentionally made your grass longer than what it needed to be. And that's why I'm having you glue it first. Because now that it's down, you can take your scissors, flip it over, and trim that extra overhang off. And then you could take your little flower stem here, your little leaf and stem. Put a little bit of glue, a little dab will do ya, back there. And I didn't put the glue too close to the edge of my hilt, so I can just kind of like lightly lift it up and tuck that there. All right, and then my flower, put a little bit of glue here as well. So we've got our little flower. I just thought Berry Burst was so cheerful. There's our flower. Okay, then we can do glue, 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 and glue. Okay, so that's really pretty. This green flower is really pretty, this print as well. So this is all the sunny days paper. All right, so the yellow one goes over here. A white one. I would definitely, if you're going to be stamping, stamp it before you glue it. Goes there. The rainbow goes there. And then this one goes right there. All right, so there's what we've got. All right, now we can decide, what do we like better? Do we like the light gray, which you can't really see it, or the dark, which is kind of dark, but it is a stormy, cloudy card. All right, so we're going to grab some dimensionals. I think I'm gonna pop this up onto the yellow piece. I could feel that the yellow was rough on that one side, so that's why I flipped it over. And then grab that tear and tape again. And we're going to put tear and tape like that. And I'm just going to fold this like that and then catch it on the left side here. Don't do the right side. Just catch it on the left side. And just like that. And I'm going to leave it on, like the waxy paper on, because I'm going to use 2 dimensionals like this to adhere it. And then this gets placed right about there in that open space. And you can grab your ribbon scissors and trim the tails of your ribbon at an angle. Like that. All right, our sun, here comes the sun, will get popped up and put that over here, right, anywhere you want. Now the clouds. So Laura's trying to decide if she would ever need this stamp set. Well, that's always a good question, right? That's a good question. I mean, it does have the flower, and it has 2 flower tops. The die is different. The sun is cool. I like the sentiments. The clouds, like, to me, I'm like, I don't know if I like the clouds. What's cool is the designer paper, because the designer paper, you get clouds too, all right? Now, the die does match, but I didn't pull out my die cutting machine, so we're going to do a little fussy cutting action really quick. You guys, the clouds are all different colors. Some are green, some are gray, some are stripes, some are dots. You'll have to look, yeah, you look into it. You have to figure it out. You might be happy with just the dies. You guys don't ever feel like, oh, I got to buy that stamp set. If like the dies are super cool and you can get by with the dies, that's sometimes what I'm drawn to now, are more of a dies than stamps, because the dies are what is so awesome to create beautiful cards. And then you can always incorporate other stamps that you have. So everybody got a big cloud. Like, so I would consider this the big cloud. And that one was with dots. Then everybody got like a medium-sized cloud. And the medium-sized clouds are also very different. Some are stripes, some are splotchy, some are stripes, splotch, some are splattery, I guess. That would be splotchy, speckly. But what we tried to do is we tried to coordinate that you got a combination of gray and green clouds. You didn't get all gray clouds or all green clouds. You got a combination. So we literally laid all 100 kits out and we just did a color combination. And a pattern combination, so that you didn't have all stripes, you didn't have all splatters, and we would mix and match until we felt that everybody's was kind of arranged in a good way. And then when it was all said and done, we threw in all these little bluish looking clouds. And they, if you want to use them, great. If you don't. But on my sample card, I only had 2 clouds. And after Karen cut all the clouds apart, we took these small and medium ones and we thought, well, you could put them on the card in other spots. Like here, you could put some clouds. right? So if you really think these are too rinky-dinky to use, it won't hurt my feelings if you don't use them. I really am okay. I'll be fine. But if you want to use them and cut them, put them on your card, then they don't go to waste. So, oh, Laura said she's already packing up stuff for the next sale already. Yes, the next used stamp sale is March 23rd, I think, here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And so Laura lives down in Ohio. So Laura, are you planning to come up before then, or are we meeting in Chicago or somewhere else in the middle? All right, then I got one more here. So your clouds, these blue ones are all different for everybody. Some were combined into two, some are singles, some are like a medium small like this. But I'm going to cut them and just adhere them to my card, and we're just going to see what looks good. All right, so all right, we got one more card. Hi, Mary Schreiber. We got one more card after this one, and it's not too complicated, but there's a lot of pieces. So we're almost done with this one. So what I'm going to do, I know that, do I even, oh, I don't even have my sample here. Here's my sample. Okay, so this is I would call this a big cloud. It's not as big as this. Some people got bigger clouds like this. Some people got little green ones like this. I guess the main thing is that you do not put adhesive on the part that hangs over. So I am going to figure out that this guy's going to go, look at that. It kind of covers up the sun. So we're going to do one here and this here. And then with the card shut, I'm going to put my cloud there. It's cool because it's kind of like coming in front of the sun. And then I think I'm going to put my gray one there. Look at this. We used up a sheet of dimensionals. And then this one's going to be flat there, but then a little dimensional there. Come on. That will set that there. And this will go here. So I'm going to put just, hi Janice Ormiston. We're going to put this guy here, like that. Again, I made sure not to put glue on that part hanging over. Now these other blue clouds, like I got slacky, I guess. I finished this and I thought, I was just happy. It was designed and I thought it would turn out good. In my head, it was like sunshine and rainbows. But I got to the end here and I'm like, I didn't do anything right here. So that's kind of why I felt inclined to give you all some extra clouds. So I thought, we'll give you some extra clouds. You can put them in this little area here, and then it won't feel so naked and empty to me. So we are going to put this one here, and then we're going to pop that one up. And you know what? We're going to have to get these little guys right here, put two of them down, and then we're going to pop it up and put that maybe like that. And then this little guy, we'll put him up in the sky. He's flying high. And we'll put him right about there. Oh, I don't know, something like that. Put a little one. So no, maybe right there. Okay. Now, did I get glue there? I got glue here, but I thought to myself, it's okay because I'll let it dry and then we'll take the adhesive eraser and we'll get it off. I saw a note to put it behind the sun. There. Okay, I added it behind the sun, so it brings in a little bit of the pool party. All right, and then for Stella, Ella Action, I'm going to Stella this stuff right here. And then you can Stella your clouds too. No problema. There we go. Cool beans and bagels. All right. So here's with extra clouds, right? So my card only has the two. Again, and then when you open it up, you get some extra clouds down here. Because clouds come low, right? They can go low in the sky, right? All right. I think they can. All right. Then you will have left some gems. So you should have 3 more gems here. Again, if you have the softly stippled card, in Pool Party, you have to figure out, this card will look great if you have some rhinestone cowboys as well. So rhinestones, not cowboys, but rhinestones. You know, like the song, Rhinestone Cowboy. All right. And there's that little piece. Put that in the garbage. All right, Marie Phipps loves it. Good. So there you go. Sunshine and Rainbows Fun Fold. Cool beans. I got a second one done. All right, we have one left. All right, you guys, thanks for staying with me this whole time. This one's not going to be overly crazy. Maybe. All right, you open it up. It's like this. So this stamp set is featuring Adoring Hearts, this one, and the hybrid folder. Okay. So the hybrid folder, they started coming out with these dies that fit inside an embossing folder. They kind of like, they don't snap, but I feel like they lock in place because they kind of fit there. And then you would put this, so this is a 5.5 by 5.5 paper you'd put in here. You shut it, and then you run it through your machine, and you get all these different hearts, right? So for the monthly class that we have coming up for you, this one right here, that's where these hearts come from. And we did a combination of white and red. And so you'll get your hearts if I only had a heart. All right. So these are a side step with hearts, and then we're going to decorate the outside really nice. There's other dies that come in this set as well. These nice detailed hearts are really pretty as well. And this one, you don't have gems that are from the free gems from sale-a-bration, but in this one, I pulled in the foil gems, and I have, I'll be honest with you, they just don't like to stay stuck. They like to fall off. So I'm not sure if it's just the pack that I had, but you got to press them down really hard and make that adhesive bond to the paper. So, all right, you have one kit left to go, and it is the one that is the red one. And just to show you this one for designer paper, it's this guy right here. So there's only 3 colors that really coordinate with it: real red, flirty flamingo, and gold. So you have gold on one side of all of them, and you have a couple red ones, and then you have a bunch of flirty ones. Okie dokie, let's pull this guy out and see what we have. It's a little thick one, okay? Diane was calling him a little chubby. It's this paper here that makes it so thick. All right, so don't lose your gems. Mine just fell out. So I got 2 there and 1 here. Oop, it already came off of the paper. Let's put it right back on. Okay. All right, so you have your white piece. It's like a bird, right? Caw, caw. And then we have the base, all about the base. You need to burnish it. And then you have a quarter mat here of your, oh, the hearts are in the middle here, like that. That's going to be for your outside. These 3 hearts are for your inside. This piece is for your inside, and it needs to fit. It fits in this little 2-inch panel section right here. So that fits right there, really tight, nice and just snug. So that'll go there. You'll have a white and a gold circle. They're slightly offset. It's just when you look at this, you're going to see, wow, they really mutilated that. We did. And look at me, I got 3 leaves. Oh, my mom and Diane, look at that. On live TV, I can see that we accidentally put an extra leaf on here, right? So that happens from time to time. We do catch that we're short at the end, and so we'll go die cut more. And so it should be 2 leaves, just like that. And then you'll also have the heart, which goes over the top of this heart. And then the other 2 things that got die cut out of here, you guys, I must confess, we were cutting for this class, which was 100, and then we were cutting for the monthly class at the exact same time. So the leaf that's here and the leaf that's here also got die cut out of here. And it's okay, because all of it is going to get covered up when we're done. Like, this piece of designer paper will cover up everything. You'll never know. And then we didn't have to use extra gold paper. Now, I'm going to tell you, when you cut this gold, it was 4 by 3. And when you cut paper, the 12 by 12, it's not always 12 by 12. It's a hair shorter in some cases. So I need everybody just to put their designer paper over the top of their gold. And I can see I have more gold on my left and my right and less on the top and bottom. This is your time now, before you glue it, that if you want to trim it just a hair to see more equal amounts of gold all the way around, now is your time, right? So that really helped that. It didn't really, it helped it enough to make it more matching. And I didn't cut off but a hair. So just, I know some, when I made my swap cards, I had to cut off a little bit more. You also have 4 inches of gold, 4 inches of red, and a little banner. And the banner comes from this set as well. So one of the things that Rose Coleman taught me, you guys, if you're in Canada watching and you need a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator or want to take some amazing classes, Rose is your girl. She taught me this little trick where when you have something that's really fine like this, can you just use the die without the embossing? Oh, absolutely, Angela. Yes, yes, yes. Anytime you get an embossing folder, and Judy Immel asked the same question last night, but in the opposite sense. She said, well, can you just use the embossing folder? Of course, yes. You could use the embossing folder like this. You could use the dies and cut out a whole bunch of hearts like this. And this doesn't really have a stamp that matches these hearts, but yes, you can use them separately. That's what's the nice thing about a hybrid folder, is you can use them separate or together. Now, back to Rose. Rose is amazing. A lot of you gals watch Rose as well. She does a live every day. I don't know how she has the energy or time to do a live every day, but kudos to my amazing friend Rose in Canada, because she does some awesome classes. And if you are looking for somebody in Canada, please reach out to her. If you're in Canada and want to sign up to be a demonstrator, Rose is also your girl. She taught me this awesome trick. I was watching her one day and I'm like, oh, that's super cool. So I put the glue on here, and now I'm going to be very careful and like let it go off to the side over here and let it sit for a moment in time. Right now, if I push that down on here and I smear it, I'm going to get glue everywhere. So if I let that sit for a hot second, it'll get tacky, and then I can just put it right on top and it becomes like a glue dot. For this and this, what we're going to do is we're going to put, oh, you guys, it's foil paper. With foil paper, the glue sometimes makes it wonky. I will be honest, wonky. So I will use tear and tape more often than not when I'm using fine like foily paper like this. So we're going to just do that. There's not wiggle room though. You're not going to get a lot of wiggle room. And once you drop it down, if you pull it up, you're kind of going to rip it. So if you're going to choose to do tear and tape, be very, very careful. And we might as well do this one right away too. I generally don't, like, you guys watch me, I do liquid glue a lot, but I've also learned when you have this foil paper, it's more delicate. And for some reason, the liquid glue just like leaves like the mark. Okay, so we're gonna pick these off and make my little pile bigger over here. All right, you guys loving this glass mat. I'm getting used to using it underneath here. I really am. All right, so then this, if I'm using tear and tape, I line up my top, my left, my bottom before I even drop it down. And once I get those, I kind of eyeball over here to make sure I'm good. And once I see that I'm good, I kind of like just drop it the rest of the way and let it be what it is. All right, then this one, no, I didn't use liquid glue, which is good. Same thing, I'm gonna just kind of eyeball that side, top, left, right, down, get it where I think it needs to be, and then drop it. And because I do have a little tear and tape, but it's not liquid glue, so it's not leaving oozy glue all over the place. And then the ribbon doesn't go behind this one, so we can just glue this down. Now, you guys, it is the first live of the month. I had about a 20-minute window in between finishing staining and the class, and I decided to go get a snack and put makeup on instead. And I did not pull the names for the monthly class creative challenge or the class card challenge. I didn't pull names to do drawings for winners tonight. I thought about it and I thought to myself, you know what? we're going to be live again on probably Monday or Tuesday doing the year end. And I've got all the Christmas cards and birthday cards I want to share with you. And so I made the executive decision to do that when I had a little bit more time. So what I'm going to do, I'm just putting tear and tape down here, and we're going to start with the red. So I know that normally the first live of the month, I like do the top fans and the VIP drawing, and we're holding off on that. We're not going to do that tonight. I didn't pull the names. Plus, we have the winners picked for a whole bunch of classes from July, August, September. So we're going to be giving away cards. You guys, when I do a live class like this, your comments get used, and we pick random winners to win the cards that I make with you live. And I have a backlog. I have 2 boxes of cards that we are working on pulling winners for. And I do a little, I show, I do a, and we give them away. So people have been watching me for years, or even like the last year, know that I do that. And so we're backed up a little bit, but we always get caught up. So, that dye gold cut over the heart is so pretty. It sure is. Oh, and we're about ready. Thank you for that reminder, Cheryl. So I'm going to grab this over here, and it should be tacky enough that now when I go to set this on here, it won't smear all over the place, and it kind of sticks on here like I made it into a sticker, I guess. Hi, Julie Hilsman. All right, so there's that. See? Perfect. Very nice, very nice, very nice. All right, then this is ready to get some more dimensional action here on the back. So the front of the card looks like a normal card. You would never know about the fun fold activity going on in the inside until you open it up. So this outside is kind of general basic. We haven't even done any stamping yet. Did you guys notice that? All right, we're getting to it though. So this goes, now if there's a pattern to this, I don't really know. So we're gonna just put that right in the center here. The gold, the red, and the white. Rosa started doing tear and tape sandwiches. Oh, Debbie guessed. I love it. See, we learn from each other, right? Tear and tape sandwiches. When I started making cards over 20 years ago, I would just put a piece of tape over the top of it, and it just didn't stick all the time. And so I got to that point where I don't like my ribbon coming out. So that's why I tape underneath and on top of it. All right, so there's the outside of our card so far. We could do this right away too. So you have a gold circle and a white circle, and what we're gonna do, I'm gonna use the tear and tape. Again, with the foil, I don't like to use, we're gonna put that just like this. And this, oh, we're gonna do one more. Go ahead and measure, right? Don't need it falling apart later in life. All right, then the white circle goes kind of off kilter like that. You can see, like, I have a little bit more gold showing there. If you want if you want less, you can. Hearing of the paper, of the tearing of the paper is always a hard thing to hear. So we're gonna put some dimensionals back around here. I didn't put them in the middle on purpose because that's where my ribbon is. And so I wanted to create like a channel for that ribbon to go through. And I have like the middle here and the middle there is kind of where the ribbon kind of comes, where they meet there, and that's that. And then we have our little heart here. Put a couple dimensionals there. That goes here. So the PDF tutorial for this class, it was emailed out to everybody last night. It was mailed out to everybody last night. Now that the catalog has launched, I can go in and create my product listing for when I do a PDF tutorial. I got to do that. Then it's going to take me about 10-15 minutes. I don't think I'll get to it tonight. And so the PDF tutorial for this class, I'll have it ready probably by the weekend in case anybody wants to get just the PDF tutorial for this class. Okay, there we go. Now let's do some stamping. Stamping. All right. Real red is the color that I'm using, and the stamp is just for men. Just kidding. I said that in class last night, and people are like, what? They're like, did she really say that? I'm like, yes, I did. It's just for you, though, actually, not just for men. Just for men is a commercial from back in the day for some beard stuff, I think. All right. Again, we're not putting, look at me not pulling out my piercing mat, and we're just going for it. All right, we're going to put that right about there and see once what happens. Thanks, Lynn Beasley. She likes the card front. Good deal. All right, just for you is good. Then There's a flower. Flower. All right, so I'm gonna stamp this before I do anything more. The inside, I've got the flower up here and down here. So we're going to stamp that right there. And we're gonna do one coming up the bottom here. Like that. Yeah, we looked for a sentiment. And what we came up with is one called Sending Love and Best Wishes, okay? And we're gonna put that, because that would be great for us, just for you. And we're gonna put that, it fit in here. It was from Perennial Postage Stamp, I think. They just wanted to help. They did. All right, so that's gonna go right there. All right, we've got all of our stamping done for tonight. We are going to remove the cat fur. All right, let's get it out of there. You guys that have pets know what that's all about. So, what you need to do before you, well, let's do this first. So, fold this back, like it's already folded, but just burnish it. Now the next one folds this way. It's like an accordion, kinda. And then that folds back that way. And then this one folds back this way. So what's happening, for those that want to know, for the inquiring minds, you have 10 inches total. You have 2 here and 2 here, and then these are all 1 inch. So it's scored at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's it. So this goes this way, this one goes back, and then this goes like this. Now, this is what you need to do before. You want to make sure that these are lined up nice, and then kind of get it as straight as possible. What's important is, you see there's a lip here. You guys see that that's longer by about not quite 1/8 of an inch. You need to make sure that this is even. All right, so it just happens, like I bet any money that this is bigger than, well, that's exactly 2. And then this was cut a hair less than 2. And it's okay. We just need to make sure that they're even. Because if you go to glue this in like this here, like that, when you glue this down, you're gonna end up with this, a lot of red over here. That's too much red. So the trick to fixing it is to grab your trimmer and trim that off. You want this to be the same distance on both sides. And so let's get that there. Trim it off, okay? You want these to be even, right? So again, I mentioned on my trimmer upstairs, I get a slight tapering. So sometimes some of these pieces a little bigger, some a little smaller, but only by hairs. But hairs make a big impact when you're doing a card like this. So now then, when this is in here, and that's over to the edge, and you have this down, and when you shut this, it should open up. I'm gonna hold it, and it should be even, the same. Now, the problem is, this piece of designer paper, that might be too wide now. So when you put this in here, oh man, it covers up your white edge. So you wanna make sure you trim off before you glue this in. You would wanna consider trimming off about the same amount. So I'm gonna do about that much, and I'm gonna just practice, put this in here, and it could still use a hair more. So I cut it crooked apparently. I'm good, and then this side went out. So we're gonna try that one more time. And we're gonna put it there. And then see if that will be fine. So, all right, you definitely want, before you get glue on there, I'm actually also going to cut a little bit off the top. And then we should have about the same white margin on the top, bottom, and the left. All right, so important business there to tend to before we get glue happy. Now, liquid glue, tear and tape, up to you. I guess I'm gonna go for a little liquid glue here. I guess I chose that because I can wiggle, wiggle, wiggle with it. So that's gonna go my left side. I will be honest, if we would have done this first, I wouldn't have a big Humpty Hump right here to work with, but it is what it is. So that's the left side. And now we can put a little bit of glue, 42, there. And then 2 options. People in class last night did this both ways. You can take this and try to like line it up that way, which should work just fine, right? As long as you get it, as long as you shut it. The other option is to have this flat like this and shut your card onto it, and it should work too. Either way, as long as it's straight, it should be good. So your ultimate goal is to have just the 2 panels on the left and the right adhered, and then you have no glue in the middle here, right? So it's like an accordion card. Now it does make it thick right here, putting it in your envelope, but not too thick that it doesn't work. So now we have this little piece left. Okay, we're not done. We've got a couple little embellishment things to do. All right, I'll put this right here, like that. Now, I didn't need to put this designer paper in here or give this to you, but it's free paper, sale-a-bration. It was another pattern that hadn't gotten used. So if we go back to our book here, that paper is this one. So that got used here, that one got used here, that one got used here. And then if we go to the monthly class, the heart got used here, that one got used here, and this heart one got used on this piece. And this is actually this piece, and we just are taking a blending brush and blushing it. So between 2 classes and 3 cards, we are showcasing each one of these patterns of paper so that they get kind of used up. Now they don't get used up equally, because in some cases we're only using a 3x4 and this one uses a big mat, but that's just how it goes. Like, but we did get to use all 6 patterns between these 3 cards. Now the hearts, if I only had a heart, as the, what, Scarecrow would say? Yes. The lion wanted brain. No, the Scarecrow wanted brains. The Cowardly Lion wanted a heart. You guys, I haven't watched The Wizard of Oz in a long time, but I do remember If I Only Had a Heart. Okay, so we're going to Stella Bella those, and then what we're going to do, this gets liquid glue on the back, like this. All right, and then these. It doesn't matter the order, but you're only putting glue. Oh man, that would have been pretty too. I like that side better. I like that side better. I like that side better. Look at them, decide what you like better. In the interim, we're gonna put the Just for Men right here. Okay, and we're gonna re-Stella the other side, but that's okay. The other side, you're gonna see half of it anyways. So Stella, I believe, is still out of stock at the moment. I don't know if, I saw today there was no date of when it's coming back. So we're gonna flip these over now, and I'm gonna put on the left-hand back side. Okay, left-hand back side. Only half, don't put it on the whole thing. You're not gonna be happy if you put it everywhere. Pick which one you want, and ultimately one goes here. And this is kind of hard to finagle, but I think you can do it. We're gonna put one here. I'm gonna leave like a good 3/16 of an inch. And I'm centering the middle of my heart with the peak at the bottom heart there. This one, I'm gonna put down here. Same distance from the bottom as I'm doing at the top. It is kind of difficult to get this in here, but we're gonna manage. It goes there. Okay. See, that's where the liquid glue, you've got some time to move it around. And then this one, try to find the middle ground here. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Oh, this is easier. Open it up. There you go. Okay. So you've got your cascading trifecta of hearts here. Tin Man wanted the heart, Crow wanted a brain, and Lion wanted courage. It's the Tin Man. I was drawing a blank on the Tin Man. I really was. Thank you for that help, you guys. The Tin Man wanted a heart. Okay, I remember if I only wanted a heart. The leaves. All right, these leaves. All right, grab your glue dots. You guys, we're almost done here. We've got 4 awesome fun folds, almost done. And we're gonna do a little drawing. So I put a glue dot on the back side here. This little leaf goes right there. And then this little leaf goes right there. There. Gemsies. You've got 2 big and a small, or 2 small and a big. These ones, these guys, you need to push them down. Thanks, Linda Hunt. You like the beautiful card. Yay. I'm gonna put one right here. They have a little bit of a gold hue to them. They're called foiled gems. They're one of the new ones in the catalog. So we're gonna squish it down real good. All right, these gems, all these pretty gems, my favorite gem, if you're wondering. They're back here. My favorites are the purple ones. I know Angelique, these are her favorite. Our Team Purple ink here in Wetstein, oh la la. Okay, so pretty. So they've got a whole bunch of new gems you can shop from, some new ribbons. That's where the brayer is. There's some new masks in here. There's a new Memories and More kit. This is what we're doing for the Memories and More class that's coming up in February. We're going to be using these gold foiled cards in February with the Forever Love ink paper scissors. That's right here. These pillow boxes, they're all going to be featured as one of the attendance gifts for the escape. Yay. Okay, we could Stella inside this heart too. Like inside. I should have done it before we glued it down, but that's fine. Okay. Okay, doke. Let's bring them all back in and show you everything we did. You guys, we really didn't start class until 7, FYI. In case you joined us late, we had a lot of stuff we went over. I haven't been live with you for 2 weeks, and so we had a lot of housekeeping, catching up to do. So we didn't really start until, what time was it? I'm trying to figure out here. Which one was, that's this guy over here. We didn't really start till about 7. So we did 4 fun folds in an hour and a half. So hopefully you didn't think they're fun folds, like fun folds, but they weren't overly crazy. Cheryl G's gonna make a similar version of this one. Perfect. Squish it real good, right? Dun, 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 dun. Yep. Squish it real good. You guys, I am that person that does think of songs with every line I hear, with every step you take, every breath you make. I'll be watching you. Okay, so what's your favorite? Tell me. I'm curious. Last night I always ask the ladies, like, what's your favorite? Which one do you like the best? The general consensus that people in person had was they always liked them all, but lots of people said, but they really liked this one. It's very elegant. It'd make a great wedding card. The coral one and the heart, okay? I'm going to try, I just got nesting hearts. This will be fun. I can have them graduate in size. You sure can, Angela. You sure can. So, you guys, I'm super excited. I haven't said this because this arrived. This Purplelicious pen, actually this one arrived. My new friend, Nan Ryan from New Orleans, she sent me some erasable pens for a Christmas present. And it's the best thing that could have ever happened to me is receiving some erasable pens. You guys, I never knew that they had really, really good erasable ink in this world. And she said she saw me using a lot of whiteout in my book. And so I'm so excited that I have an erasable pen because that when I need to change things, I can. The best thing about it is waterproof too. Hunky had wet paw and he stepped right here and it never went through the book and made it bleed like my other pen. So at the moment, I have logged, not everybody's, we haven't made connections with some people for class. Barbara ordered today, actually. So I got to mark Barbara. Barbara will be number 9. Barbara Rudolph ordered today for class. I don't think anybody else that I was waiting? Linda Scott. Linda Scott. Linda Scott. Are you still watching? Did you place an order yet for this class? Kenzie said heart in the hexagon. Carol Lee loves them all. Sarah's coral. Linda the red one. But are all okay? Perfect. So Linda Scott, I'm not sure if you're still watching. I know that you would be the only other one possibly that was going to place an order to get this class for free. Sharon Davis did, I think. So I don't want to disclude somebody that, I'm just thinking. It was hard over the holidays to catch up with everybody about order versus paying for it. So let me do a quick, nope, Sharon Davis didn't place an order for this one, I'm remembering. And Linda Scott is the only one I'm wondering if she placed an order. I think Linda is going to. So I'm going to include Laura as number 10. Okay. All right. So if Laura doesn't place an order and I included her and she wins, I will pick somebody else. Okay, that's what we'll do. But I'll include her in the drawing. So we're going to do 10 for the random number generator. So what I do, when those who place orders, they use the host code to get the class for free. The host code allows me to build up my host rewards. I use host rewards to buy the products that I need. Not all of them. At this point, like I need more products than what we're getting as host rewards. So I do offset it with host rewards and then buying like the materials. But I end up with extra stuff at the end of a quarter or at the end of a catalog. And so I do give away my prizes are like retired ribbons or embellishment, things that I didn't need in the whole process of making cards throughout our time together. So why do I never use Fast Fuse? Because I hate it. Linda Gilbert just asked, why don't I use Fast Fuse? Well, Fast Fuse is not a Stampin' Up! Product. They got rid of Fast Fuse in the catalog probably 5 years ago, if I have to guess. The new product that they have is called Stampin' Seal. The permanent one is called Stampin' Fuse or Stampin' Seal. And what is it? Stampin' Seal is the one. And there's two types of stamp tape runners, right? One's a permanent one and I hate tape runners, you guys. For those that watch me, you've probably maybe only seen me pull this out once or twice in a mystery card night because I put it here to just show you what it looks like. I hate it. I hate tape runner. For me, when I use it, it always gets pulled up. When I flip my wrist, it comes off. I personally hate tape runner, you guys. I don't need it in my life. I have it here because I know there are a lot of people that use Stampin' Seal, so I don't mind showing it off, right? But I love liquid glue when I make cards. I use tear and tape. I use mini glue dots. I use foam dimensionals in black and white. I don't have any white ones. I just used up my white ones, but I do that. Those are my adhesives of choice. I do not like tape runner. Good question. Stampin' Seal Plus. Thanks, Rosie. It's Stampin' Seal Plus is the permanent one. I personally like these 4 things. I could just always have on that I use for my adhesives. But not everybody loves liquid glue, right? Some people have a really hard time with liquid glue because they put too much down or it oozes out the edge. It's too much. Less is best with this craft glue, but it works phenomenally well. It doesn't warp your cards. Some people use a different glue that has a blue cover and it's more water-based. Nothing wrong with it except for that when you use it and it warps your cards and they get like this like curve to them because water, when it dries, it kind of warps your card. So I used to use that probably 15 to 20 years ago, but I graduated to the craft glue. So there you go. Good question. Good question. So random number generator, we're going to put in 10. Oh, it's already at 10. So all I'm going to do here is hit the word generate. We're going to see who wins the door prize. Two scoops of raisin. Vicky Rodriguez. All right, Vicky, yay to you. All right, I will put a door prize in your next package. Hi, Joe. I need some information about becoming a demonstrator. Okay, Joe, what I tell people, the easiest thing to do is contact me with a phone call. If you've never called me before, and you know that, you might text me first and say, hey, this is Joe. I was on your YouTube live or your YouTube class last night. Do you have a few minutes to chat? I will tell you, it's so much easier to have a phone call and talk to somebody versus an email back and forth 15 times, or that's exaggerating, maybe 5 times. But it's so much easier just to have a 5-minute conversation or 10-minute conversation with somebody than it is to constantly email. And I'm not always in my emails. So Joe, I would love to chat with you. Just text me first or give me a call. I get a lot of spam calls, you guys. I don't know if you're like me. I get spam calls all the time. And so if I don't see who it is calling me, like it might say like, no, it just has a number. If I'm in the middle of something, I don't make it a priority to just pick up the phone and answer a random call. The thing is, if you've already called me in the past, like Joe, I would save your phone number and then I'd be like, oh, Joe's calling, and then I'll answer it. So yes, definitely give me a call. Also, I have a website in the interim, a flip down for anybody that wants more information on becoming a demonstrator. This is something you could always read through first. If you go to my website, cardsbychrisb.com, and you go to the page that says join my team. And here it talks about the discount shopper kit promotion. This is what you can get promotion for this month and next month. Janice said that she's trying to switch from seal to glue. Great. So this is the promotion that's going on. And what's included if you choose the Stampin' Glass mat, you get the glass mat, the silicone mat, which is this guy right here. You get the silicone mat, and you get the chamois, which I used at first. Oh, it fell on the floor. All right, here's the chamois. This is the chamois, and I rolled right over it, I think, with my roller, my chair, but this is the chamois. So you get the chamois, and then further down, Joe and anybody else that's that needs to know, you could read through this first. Join the fun. You can join as a business builder or a discount shopper, whatever you want. I always tell people I'm here to help you with your goals, no matter how big or small they are. And people are worried. They're like, well, I don't want to have it as a business. That's okay. 90% of people who sign up with Stampin' Up! Sign up to be discount shoppers or hobbyists is what they call themselves, which is either way is perfect. I was a hobby demonstrator for years before I really started actively running it as a business. You get a 20% discount right off the bat, and that's what it talks about here. So Stampin' Up! Is a company similar to like Pampered Chef or 31 or Taste Really Simple. If you love a product, why don't you get a discount, right? So if you love, you meant seal. Oh, no problem, Linda. So it was fast fuse that they used in the past. So some people are still maybe using their fast fuse too. So if you love a product, why not get the discount, right? And there's no commitment. Like if you don't want to stay active, you don't have to. There's all these different questions and answers, Joe, and anybody else, they're all out here. And if you decide you want to sign up, and you want to join my team, the Be Happy Stampers, you can join now at the bottom. And so if you want to read through that and then give me a call or a text and let me know when you want to chat. I do have class tomorrow at 2, but in the morning or after class, just reach out to me. I'm a very busy person, and I think everybody knows that, but I don't make it that I am not accessible. I probably talked to 10 customers today in the interim of everything that's going on, okay? I love talking to people and helping people with whatever they need, and so just know that I'm never too busy for you, okay? You might think, oh, she's too busy for me, or I don't want to bother her, she's too busy. No, don't ever have that mindset. If you think that, then that's on you for not calling, not me, because I'm too busy. So, all right, so Carmen said, did you have very many newbies sign up? Yes. Carmen, I think your gal signed up. You need to send her email to me so I can get her linked into all the team stuff. Annette Rollin had Kate Race sign up on the team, and then Debbie Gass joined. And if anybody else joined since this afternoon, I haven't been in my email, but right now we have, I think, 3 newbies, which is so exciting. Last sale-a-bration, I think we had 24 newbies that joined during sale-a-bration. So super cool. So we welcome all newbies with open wings. And so if you're looking for a happy Stampin' Up! Home, we are very excited to have you join our team. So I've had a few people reaching out to me over the past few weeks, days, month that said, oh, I'm gonna join. So when the time is right is when people join. So there's never a rush. There's never any like pressure from me. If anybody wants to join, I'm here for you. And if you don't, I'm okay too. So yes, so we had some newbies join, which is awesome. Always awesome. Hi, Suzanne Neild. I see you joining in here too. All right, so you guys, we did it. We got through all 4 fun folds. I'll drop the camera down just in case you guys want to see them all again. They turned out good. Hopefully, if anybody, you guys, it's not normal that you have to do any work for a class except for stamp and assemble. So the fact that I have you cutting off the corners and scoring and cutting here, I had to take a moment and say, yep, you girls can handle it. That got the class for me. If you have any problems, reach out to me and I'll help you, right? I'll walk you through it. Again, with this one, if you're worried about it, practice on copy paper first before you do it, and then you'll feel better going into it on the real thing, okay? So it was hard for me to send out stuff with you guys, but this is a way for you guys to grow too and get comfortable with cutting. So, oh yeah, Debbie started watching last sale-a-bration. She sure did. Yes, and welcome to the newbies. So all my newbies that are joining, just so you know, for the girls that signed up today, we have welcome to the team cards, and I always put in a little sticker here for you. And I also have a magnet that I give to the newbies. I'm so excited when my gals or boys or girls join my team. I do have guys that join from time to time. I also have the statement of the heart magnet that I include. I had a whole bunch of these made up. Actually, I helped make them a few years ago. I ordered way too many. And so I give this to everybody on my team when they join. So to love what we do and share what we love as we help others enjoy creativity and worthwhile accomplishments, in this we make a difference. And so this is actually craft paper that you can actually pick it off. For those that have it at home, you can pick that off and then it's completely see-through and clear. But the craft paper behind it gives it a nice little look. But just a little token of my appreciation for when somebody picks me as their team leader, that I like to give a little gift when I can. So yay, exciting stuff. And Deb Norman says that being on Chris's team is the best. I think you said the best. So very cool. All right. Mystery card and Bright Skies one are Angelique's favorite. Okay, perfect. Cloudy Days in the Heart. See, you guys all like different things, so it was a good variety of cards. I love it. Very good. Okay, I think we're going to sign off. I'm going to let you guys go for the night, and Tyler should be here any moment. We had the wood-burning fireplace going for a couple weeks now, and if I don't put a log or 2 in it before the coals are dead, then he gets like, you let the fire die. And so I've been live now. It looks like about 3 hours. I put the log in like 3 hours ago. And so I got to go in and check that to make sure that the coals are still going. So, and then I'll be working on stuff tonight and tomorrow morning, you guys. I probably am going to try to get a really good night's sleep tonight because it's been a while since I've gotten 8 hours. We'll be back live tomorrow at 2. Okay, Diane has class in person. If you're local to me and you'd like to take class in person with Diane, she's going to be in here at 10 o'clock tomorrow with the heartfelt hexagons, and then I'll be live with you guys at 2. So, yay, awesome, great class, good. I'm glad you liked it. I was planning on paying for this because, oh, Barbara. Well, that's okay. We still included you in the drawing. You didn't win, so it's all good. So Barbara is funny. So Barbara's husband bought her a gift certificate, which a bunch of you had your friends, significant others, husbands buy you gift certificates. Barbara's husband bought her a gift certificate, and she emailed me before Christmas, and she set me up for this. She said, I hope her husband's not listening. Okay, I gotta word this carefully in case he's listening in the background. Okay, long story short, she said, I hope you don't see this before Christmas because you can reply after Christmas. And so when people or you guys say, oh, you don't have to reply right away, then I don't always reply right away. It gives me a grace period for replying. And so I remembered that Barbara emailed me and gave me a list of classes that she'd like to take. And so I vaguely remember the email. It was from like December 23rd though, Barbara. And so I was trying to go off of memory when I thought you were placing an order. So it's all good. You don't have to place an order for this class. You guys, this is a class where you could place an order to get it free with a $50 order. And you could pick a sale-a-bration item when you order then too, or you could pay for this class. And this class was $20 or $26 mailed. And so that's always an option. And at this point, if you get this class and you want to get like the monthly class, or let's just stamp, or if I'm at the point where it's already kitted and they're out in the mail, I can hold this class until like we ship out tomorrow or the next class round. So, but Barbara, thanks for confirming that. You are one person that I have an email that needs to get replied to, and I worked on them diligently the other night. I just ran out of steam. If I would have had 3 more hours, I would have finished them off, but I didn't have 3 more hours in me. I couldn't pull an all-nighter. I needed 2 hours of sleep at least. So, okay. You guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm rambling, and that's enough chitter-chatter. I'm glad you guys had fun. Thanks for sticking with me, everybody, and enjoying the first class of the new year for online. I had a lot of fun with these fun folds. For those that love the fun folds, make sure you get signed up for the next fun folds class, which is my sale-a-bration hoorah-rah class. It's to celebrate the end of a sale-a-bration, which is at the end of February. It's actually our bonus day of the year is Leap Day, February 29th. So on the extra day we get this year, we're going to do a class, of course, right? So February 29th is the online version. It will be 4 fun folds, all featuring sale-a-bration paper again and different stamp sets. The in-person version is on the 28th. And again, online is the 29th, our leap day. So I already have 4 of you signed up for it. So yay. But if you're into the fun folds, don't hesitate to get signed up for that class. It's going to be a good one, like they always are. Yay, the fun folds, that is. Well, I think every class is good, right? I think so. So, all right, you guys, lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you. We will see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Standard for the Heartfelt Hexagons. Love you long time, and I'm going to count to 10 just in case it ends early and cuts me off. So now you know, like, it's really done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.